Okay, hold on. Let me reset my settings. Okay. Hi guys! Welcome back to my stream. It's been a while, or at least it feels like it's been a while, because I I look cute today. Don't I usually look like that though? Thank you though, Amelia. How are you? Okay, I'm hearing the music is a bit loud, so let me turn that down real quick. There we go. Okay, so the game is updating right now, so just give me a moment to log in and, you know, have it unpack and do all the unzipping or whatever it is that the games do when they load. I don't know. Okay. I think we're almost done. But yeah, guys, my week has been very exciting. I wasn't able to stream on Tuesday because I usually have my Japanese lessons then. We were learning about the different verb groups and I got very confused. Like, I still don't really know how to use their form in most stuff, but I guess we'll get used to it eventually if we practice more. So maybe we will try to... I'll try to practice more, I don't know. And then yesterday night, usually I know Wednesdays I will stream, and usually I'll stream Love and Deepspace on a Wednesday. However, because this time I was at Ado's concert last night, so I got home real late and I couldn't stream. I was so tired. So we're going to stream the main story for Love and Deepspace today. There was an update that happened, or rather a trailer that happened a while back. And on Monday I was streaming. Demo on... When did I react to this again? I can't remember. Ah, crap, I don't remember. But yeah, I reacted to it 5 days ago. The day that they released the trailer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it was Saturday was when I watched it. So we're going to look at the latest trailer so you guys get an idea what we're in for. It's gonna be an action-packed main story segment because I don't know why this main story segment is like crazy. It is crazy action-packed. And then I'm gonna give you guys just a little bit of a backstory or some... like background knowledge that you might need as we play through the story, because I know that the main story that we've played so far is actually very long. It's like a couple of hours worth of content that I've already read through over like the year plus that I've been playing Love and Deepspace, but there may be some lacking context for you guys. So as we go along, I will try my best to explain who Zane is. The black-haired one is Zane and the white-haired one is Silas. I'll try my best to explain who they are, why they act a certain way, what's the backstory, what's our relationship with them, because I think it might be helpful to inform how we're going to react to the new story chapters. Okay? So let's go! Let's watch the trailer first. And let me stop my music. Okay, let's go! Oops.
One man's hell is another man's paradise.
I don't know if they're meeting or not, that's the thing.
The experiment didn't lead to new life. It turned people into wanderers.
Don't worry about it. Let me adjust it.
You got what you wanted. There's no turning back now. Someone's eager to die. Don't push yourself. The smallest vulnerability could cost you.
It would be crazy if they met. I don't think they will.
It was a Pandora's box that should have remained sealed.
What are the odds?
Ding, 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 ding.
With you, guaranteed victory. Hold on.
I'm so excited for the interactions because we haven't really seen Silas and MC have much close connection in the main story,
Fire.
and we haven't really seen combat Zane in the main story either. Oh, these time lock keys are so heart painful. I've been unlocking them over the past couple days, but it tugs on my heartstrings so much. Looks like a movie, I know, right? Alright, I'm so excited for this. Let's go. The game has loaded, so let's go.
So, the Nikki devs finally made a statement. It's been a...
Okay, there are 3 with black hair. If I didn't already know who, I'm still confused. There's only 1 with black hair. So there's 2, 1 that's like silver. The lacquer coating. There's Caleb with brown hair, Raphael with purple hair, Silas with white hair, and Zane with black hair. So I'm gonna quickly do my dailies real quick and try my best to explain the relationship between MC, Zane, and Silas. So from what I'm aware, they all haven't met or interacted yet. But okay, so let me just collect all my stuff real quick. But really? They're so different though. Okay, but the ones that we have to be concerned about today are Zane and Silas. So this is Zane. This is one of his myths which I haven't pulled for because I am Baroque. But is it okay? They will probably rerun it in the future as well. So I'm just gonna hang tight and pull next time. Okay. So the thing is, I don't know whether they met or not. I just know that in the main story trailer that we'll have interactions with both of them. But so far, in all of the main story chapters, Xavier, Zane, and Silas have not met. The only 2 that we know canonically know each other's exist is Caleb and Zane, because both of them were our main character, or MC's, childhood friends. So Zane was her childhood friend, and Caleb was also her childhood friend, but Caleb was the one that grew up with her. So those 2 are the only 2 that I know exist in the same timeline who know that each other exists. The rest of them, I'm not sure whether they will ever get to know each other or not. So we'll find out. But okay. So, for context, I'll just show pictures of the lead that I'm talking about. So, Zane is our childhood friend who became a doctor. And the theory is that he became a heart surgeon because our MC has a heart issue that is due to a special protocol that is in her body, which alters the way her heart functions. And in some of the myths, she is made to live forever. So, she infinitely reincarnates because of this thing that's in her. And it also causes heart issues, which apparently leads her to dying early. So Zane has lived through many lifetimes according to the different myths, where in some he is, he's got distant memories, he has constant nightmares about his parallel lives. And in one of the myths, which is this one, Forever Sealed, you will also... No, not Forever Sealed. Was it Forever Sealed? I think it might be. Yeah, this one is where he is the foreseer, or somebody who works for a god, and he betrays his god so that he can save our MC. And that's what forever cursed him to always be able to meet her and always be able to fall in love with her, but never be able to get together with her. Something like that. So it's quite tragic. Then in this timeline, in Lincoln City, he's a heart doctor. So he is also a combat medic, which means that he gets deployed to dangerous areas to fight off wanderers and also assist in the medical side. So he constantly bumps into our MC, who is a wandering hunter. Not wandering hunter, who is a hunter who also has to go to these dangerous places. So they meet on the job here and there in the main story. Silas, on the other hand, is someone who people theorize has been the same person throughout his whole lifespan. So he's never died and reincarnated, unlike our MC, unlike Zane. So Silas is still a bit of a mystery to me, to be honest. Like, we only met him in the main story as the leader of an organization called Onikindness, which is sort of like a... it's not really a bad company, but it's also not like illegal. So he lives in a place called the N109 zone, and people call this kind of like the lawless land of this world. So how things run is not necessarily illegal. It's just that it's shady, you know. He's in some shady businesses, and he's super rich, has a lot of money. But he's the leader of this organization called I'm Hime, and in the N109 zone, he is greatly feared. It is also theorized that people see him differently from how our MC sees him. She sees him as a very handsome and charming person, but everybody will perceive him differently. But that's just a theory from his myth here, where as a dragon or as a fiend, he does mention that people don't see him the same way. And his only true self is revealed to our MC, something like that. So he has been in MC's life, but not actively, if that makes sense. Like, he's kind of kept himself in the shadow because he wants her to find him instead. Eventually, like, at some point she lost her memories, okay? There's a couple of timelines and places where she had forgotten the love interest at. And I believe that in this main story, we're going to see how MC's origins are like, and for some, they have theorized that Silas is part of that origin story, and he's been there for her since the beginning. So he was devastated when she eventually sought him out in the most recent main story updates, but her objective wasn't to seek him out because she missed him or she remembered who she is, but it was to kill him because she thought that I'm Hime, the organization, was behind the explosion that killed Caleb, her brother, and her grandmother, who's her adoptive mom, something like that. So she actually sought him out in main story to kill him, and he was surprised. He was like, "What do you mean? I'm not the one who's in charge of this." So I feel like Silas and Caleb are two parallels. With Silas in main story, MC is kind of building trust in him and getting to know him, because initially she thought that he was the one responsible for the death of her loved ones, but he isn't. And Caleb, on the other hand, faked his death, right? Faked his death, grew up with her, and then eventually broke her trust in the main story because he came back and he was very concerned and overprotective of her, and he in some ways overstepped his bounds and broke her trust by keeping secrets from her and all that. So Silas and Caleb are very interesting because I feel like in Silas' story, you're building trust with him, and in Caleb's story, you, at least in the main story, you lost trust in him, and now you're rebuilding trust. So it's two sides of the same coin, you know? But today we're going to be seeing Zane and Silas from the trailers, so I'm excited to see what happens there. From the main story, in the previous chapters, we encountered Caleb. So this was where we reunited with our childhood friend slash brother figure, Caleb, and we discovered that he's a colonel in Skyhaven, which is another city. Caleb has brown hair and Zane has black hair. Their facial features are quite different. So Zane has very sharp features. If you look at Zane, he has very sharp features. His eyes are quite, you know, how do I explain it? He has sharper features. I don't know how to say it. Caleb, on the other hand, has slightly rounder eyes. He has more of a puppy sort of vibe. Zane has a black cat kind of vibe, and Caleb has a puppy vibe. That's how I can best explain it. I thought Caleb had black hair. I should stop talking. But look. It's brown. It's brown. Okay, in some of these cards, it does look like quite dark, but canonically, it is brown, alright? We just happen to have a lot of cards where his... Okay, we should look at the 4-star cards instead, which is not super atmospheric, so you can see that his hair is lighter than Zane's. Most people will say that he's brown. His hair is brown, though. Yeah, and Zane's one is black. Maybe we have to look at other media to see, like, the hair color. But I know it is as brown for Caleb and black for Zane. Okay, let me just quickly do our dailies. Less than a minute. Just give me less than a minute. Okay. We should be done after this one. Let's see. Okay, we're done. Done with our dailies. Okay. So now we're gonna see where this new chapter takes us. So previously the chapter was Homecoming Wings, which is where we have this is where we reunited with Caleb. And here Death and Rebirth. Oh my god, this is gonna be a long stream, I think. 4 chapters is a lot. 4 chapters is a lot. Okay, well, let's just get into it. Let's go. Okay. Within the span of a single month, the Far Space Fleet, this is where Caleb works, significant return and subsequent secret departure stirs intense public discussion. The rumors that circulated when Scarhaven was under martial law discussed the fleet's armed operation to eliminate certain anomalous wanderers. While no footage of these events had surfaced, the fleet's tight-lipped response had inevitably sown seeds of panic among the population. After the Chrono Rift catastrophe, the Hunters Association released several reports on Wanderer evolution and their mutations. Like humans, the Wanderers continue to grow stronger. Peace remains a distant goal for this world. As people grow increasingly uneasy about the fleet's mysterious operations, a bombshell announcement takes everyone by surprise. Ever announces the imminent launch of a project called the Fountains of Ate. The 40-second preview quickly becomes a global sensation and the focal point of discussions worldwide. The internet debates the development and application of protocore technology. So protocores are a bit of a mystery as well, to me at least. I haven't really looked up how protocores function, but when wanderers are defeated, they drop protocores. So we're not sure if the origin, like whether it's a chicken or egg thing. For me at least, I'm not super clear about that. But I just know that it's of great interest to people because it can have very varying effects. Does this make sense? Oh, let me just close this real quick. And also, let me go into my live channel. I forgot that I was supposed to get in there. Okay, I'm in there. Okay. Thank you for waiting. Okay. Oh, are we about to see the 40-second video? Beneath the floating island Lincoln, scattered lights weave an intricate web across the island. In the windless night, dark figures flit by glass walls. They're quickly masked by the red glow of aircraft warnings atop skyscrapers. Hey, thank you so much for 55 months, Slaughter! Wow! My longest running sub, let's go! And congratulations on the koi. By the way, Lurby Fishing had updated some fish, so you might catch some new stuff if you continue ! Fish. The unrest brewing online seeps quietly into the physical world and ferments under Lincoln's facade of normalcy. Waves of controversial topics stoke the growing public outrage. The association becomes the primary target of this rising tide. In response, the association implements a series of countermeasures. This includes the covert relocation of the spatium core stored in the association's building. Oh, we're about to transport a special protocore.
Look at all the online discussions. It's a circus now. What is Ever really up to? Did you guys find any leads? Throwing around phrases like groundbreaking achievement and the next step in human evolution. They've got guts.
In a self-driving protocore vehicle, Simone scrolls through an endless stream of updates on her phone. Simone is our colleague, and we work for the association as hunters.
Given their extensive
And Ever is like an organization which deals with a lot of experimental technology regarding protocores, but their means and ways can be quite questionable.
As a protoist, I'm all for advancing protocore tech. But Ever, with methods as sketchy as theirs, they might drag us down with them.
The Fountain of Ate has reignited the purist attacks against protocores.
At their core, the protoists and purists represent two opposing viewpoints: support for the development of protocore technology and opposition to it. The purists believe that although protocores are powerful, they're dangerous. There are too many unknowns, and overzealous research can lead to catastrophic crisis. In earlier years, they urged humanity not to be blinded by profit. They argued that using Earth's natural resources was the only way to ensure civilization survived in a stable condition.
Our latest missions have been targeted by their radical members. That's why we need to transport the spatium core in secret. Both of you need to be on high alert.
Well,
If
let's hope
those
nothing goes
purists
wrong.
dare to cause trouble, they can say hello to my protocore particle cannon.
I love Simone. She's so sassy.
Hostile. While they're traditional, certain prototypes can be just as extreme. After all, we've only researched less than 10% of a protocore's potential. There's nothing wrong with maintaining a healthy respect for the unknown.
Wow, Andrew. A deep space hunter like you is defending the purists? They're the ones trying to stop our technological progress.
Haven't the purists been quiet for several years now?
That's because our protocore tech has developed so rapidly and successfully these past few years. The purists always insisted that humans shouldn't develop protocore technology. But the reality is, humanity can't live without it now. Facts speak louder than words.
Improving a person's quality of life, fighting wanderers, and helping humanity explore the deep space tunnel and secrets beyond our universe. The Prototis vision for the future is being realized one step at a time. Without concrete evidence to support the purist claims, it's only natural that they lost ground.
What about you? Who?
Look at this. Huh? I sided with limited edition chocolate pie from the Association cafeteria. It's delicious and replenishes your stamina. The vehicle passes through the tunnel, which is the last highly dangerous point on our designated route. The secure vault is at the end of this road.
Metaflux levels are within a stable range. Begins to...
We really worked hard today. Since
Let's
this is
go!
our last shift, let's finish strong. Late night snacks are on me.
I love our colleagues. They're also nice. Wait, there's a massive surge of Metaflux heading straight for us, and it's coming in fast.
The readings are normal. You guys...
At the moment, the truck wrapped in flames and crackling with powerful Metaflux comes barreling towards us from behind. It's going at full speed. As soon as Simone and I jump out of the cargo hold, our transport vehicle is violently thrown into the air. An explosion releases searing heat behind us. We have an emergency. Transport vehicle I-09 is under attack. Coordinates are being transmitted, requesting backup. Before we can find our footing, there's another explosion and we're sent flying through the air. Protocol particles drift around the overturned transport vehicle. Through my blurred vision, I see several distorted figures emerging from the flames.
Go. You're free.
Who is this? The unfamiliar voice is masked by the crackling flames. My ears are still ringing and I can't tell if what I'm hearing is real or if it's just in my head.
It's a shame we're seeing each other again when you're in such a pitiful state.
Do I know you, lady?
Did Josephine ever mention our time together at the Gaia Research Center?
Girl, I lost all my memories of that. Who are you?
I guess not.
Excruciating pain tears through my entire body as my heart begins to tremble uncontrollably. So again, as I explained, MC's ether core is in her heart. So that's why she often feels things in her
Who I
heart
am
area.
doesn't matter. The real question is, who are you?
Don't ask me that. You're gonna throw me into an existential crisis. I just overcame one, okay? She suddenly grabs my throat and a sharp pain pierces my neck. Oh my god! It's like 1,000 needles just stabbed me. I didn't mean to sound like a valley girl. I was reacting to the text. I feel like I'm suffocating as I lose control of my limbs. My heart pounds violently while a chaotic force stirs within my body. Blood trickles down my forehead. Through my crimson-tinted vision, I see the container holding the spatium core roll into view.
You were born in the depths of deep space. You were supposed to be ours. A one-of-a-kind, precious creation.
Born in the depths of deep space? Okay, I always thought I was human, but...
Without the key, the fountain of Ate will only remain a poor imitation.
I don't know who this lady is, but she's feeding us the lore, guys. Thank you for the food. Dazed, I hear something faintly crack. Suddenly, an unprecedented power surges through my veins and bursts forth with a brilliant
The
light.
key belongs to no one else. You are the one who holds all of its secrets.
Am I also the key? I need you to stop talking in circles and explain this to me. Who am I? Now I want to know. Transporting the spatium core was a classified mission for special operations. The attack wasn't revealed to the outside world. After spending 2 days in the hospital, Simone and I were ordered to suspend all missions and focus on resting until we made a full recovery. Afterward, Jenna secretly visited us to reveal the truth. The association president, as well as others, suspected there was a high-ranking mole in the association. Since Simone and I were now known to our enemy, we needed to lay low. Our temporary suspension was to protect us and serve as a smokescreen. Externally, the radical purists needed to be handled with caution. Internally, dealing with a mole would inevitably disrupt their plans. Jenna didn't really talk about the spatium core. She gave me a look that told me to be patient. Okay. Chaotic energy courses through my blood. The burning sensation in my chest is more intense than the pain from my injuries. Unable to sleep, I toss and turn, then I finally sit up and turn on my bedside lamp. My heartbeat is faster than usual. I gently press my hands against my chest and rest my head on my knees. I can't believe I ended up absorbing the spatial core. Why me? Another sharp pain strikes my chest as several strange energy streams are torn apart. They proceed to merge together and create an endless, restless turbulence. We absorbed it? What do you mean? I thought it would just like went up into flames and that was the core that was in us already. We can't be out here being like protocore warehouse. That's just gonna put a target on our back, girl. Why are you just like,
did
just
Josephine ever
vacuuming
mention
up
our
the energy?
time together at the guy? The key
She did
belongs
not,
to
and
no
I don't
one.
know what that means. Grandma. Josephine is our grandma. The research materials Grandma left behind might not just be an unfinished story. They could be a link to a much larger chain. A unicorn and the Gaia Research Center, that's where time has sealed away the truth I seek. The Gaia Research Center, if I remember correctly, it was in what used to be the most prosperous district, now known as the M109 zone. Let's see if there's a key waiting for my return. Once my injuries are healed, I don't hesitate. I report my next target during my administrative leave to Jenna via a secret comms channel, the ruins of the Gaia Research Center located in the N109 zone. That's where Silas is probably gonna come in since he's there. Why are we in the Arctic? Amidst the snow-covered mountains stands a building of precise geometric perfection, the Fractal Library. It was erected in an unknown time. The library doors slowly part. Wearing robes, a young boy with snow-white hair pushes them open. A soft, ethereal light spills out from behind the doorway and touches the snow. Is this Zane's origins? The boy looks down and gently scoops up the small white creature by his feet.
It's time to collect what's due from the 7-year promise, XinChi. We need to pay the emissary a visit.
Who is this? That's not Zane for sure. Hey, you may just help him. Oh my god, what happened? Was it like a bad trade, some option trade? I can only think of that. Or was it like an emergency spend? I hope you're okay, Yang.
I wonder how he's doing. How have these 7 years treated him? Is he getting along with his classmates? Did he succeed in his thesis defense?
I'm good. I'll recover. I'm glad to hear that. A lot of traders they do like beak trade. I don't really know how it works. My husband is into it, but he's not in profit yet. So wish him luck. He's trying to pass his funded account test right now. I just took a temp L. All right, that's good to hear. You'll get back on your feet, no problem. Such is the life of a trader, is it not? Some days you just lose 21k. As the white light fades, the boy's foot sinks into something soft. Snowflakes fall onto his head and he's surprised.
Huh? How did the library end up here? Did I mess up the incantation?
I still don't know who this is. He just appeared in a dream or something. The white creature suddenly leaps down and runs away. Its tail playfully draws arcs in the snow behind it.
XinChi, I know you haven't seen snow in a long time.
Oh, XinChi is the animal.
You can just run off.
The boy hastily grabs his traveling bag and runs after the creature. He manages to catch its tail before he falls face first into the snow. Behind him, the massive library doors slowly close. He raises his hand only to realize he left his Assis's bracelet the emissary gave him in the library.
Oh, Book of Answers.
No! He locked himself out. His bag suddenly bulges as a thick book emerges from it. Opening itself, it rapidly flips through its pages before finally materializing 2 words: the Arctic.
How long will it take to get back to Lincoln City?
Who are you? The Book of Answers flips its pages once more. 8,000 kilometers. His face! That's me at, like, work all the time. In the desolate Arctic, a boy and his companion silently drag their luggage, their figures gradually vanishing into the endless expanse of white. Who is he? Why did he suddenly appear in our vision? Hi, Salabeer, thank you so much for the lurk. Alright, next chapter, Sharon. Sharon is a familiar name. Can you just give me a moment to... Who is Sharon? Sharon is a very familiar name. Can you meet Santa Claus? I don't know about that. Sharon is from Greek mythology, and he's the ferryman who transports the souls of the dead. Ah, okay, that's Sharon. Okay. Well, let's see what this chapter is about. Are we almost dead? We're always kissing death in this story, huh? Leaving the southern area of Lithgon, I drive down Bayer Boulevard. The scene on both sides is a white street slowly deteriorates. After I installed the anti-interference chip Silas sent me on my motorcycle, I've been able to freely pass through the protocol-disrupted no-hunt zone number 62 to 65, and arrive at one was the most prosperous tech hub in the region. Now it had become a criminal's paradise, the M109 zone. The abandoned building where I first met him still stands in the desolate courtyard. Come to think of it, a lot of time has passed since my initial meeting with the feared leader of Onykinus. I miss you, Silas! Come out! After entering the N109 zone, the streets remain deserted. Not a soul could be seen, but it becomes livelier as I approach the central district. A river of people flows through the streets. They surge with me toward the same destination. Oh? What's going on? It sounds like it's coming from Sharon. Whoa, there's like gunshots. What in the world is that? Above the streets, massive holographic screens glow neon blue. They display live footage of the district in 4 areas. A scarred woman is bandaging a knife wound in her shoulder in a street corner, and a boy who cornered a wanderer in a dark alley rips out its protocol with his bare hands. A gang member plunges a dagger into his companion's chest. What? Isn't Sharon supposed to be a trading hub? Why are they fighting? At the top of the display, rows of names and numbers flicker rapidly. Old ones are erased as new ones appear in their place. Is this some kind of competition? Nothing that happens in the M109 zone surprises me anymore. I turn my attention away from the massive display and keep trying to call Silas. When I visited the art workshop, its owner knew Grandma. They were probably colleagues. If I want to find out more about the Gaia Research Center and where it was located, he probably has some leads. Silas had raced through the streets to get us to the old workshop, and I was unfamiliar with the M109 zone back then. To find it again, the most effective way would be to ask Silas. He's not answering. Fine, I'll just fetch him from Onykinus' base. Driving my 270 HM, I'm about to make a turn into the alley ahead when a bullet whizzes past me. It grazes my temple. Oh. My body lurches to the side as I dodge, but the momentum sends my bike sliding until it crashes into a corner. It's completely wrecked. I barely regain my footing when another bullet tears through the air. It's heading straight for me. A cane flashes before me and deflects a bullet. It ricochets into the wall and leaves a smoking hole in it.
Watch your step, kid. There are places you shouldn't wander into.
The 6th Lee? Imagine if he was just a silver fox. Who is this? At my feet, a thin orange-red laser stretches across the street from the building on both sides of the street.
Caron is hosting its triennial Zalion hunt right now. Everything beyond that line is in the killing zone.
Oh, okay, that's all foreign words to me.
One step is all it takes for the surveillance drones to lock onto you with their multi-lens systems. Then they'll automatically register you as a participant.
This is like urban Hunger Games.
Every criminal in the N109 zone is waiting to hunt down the lost lambs who walk in.
Okay. I dust myself off and get up. Who are you? The man before me appears to be in his 50s or 60s. His white hair is neatly combed under a gentleman's hat, and he's using an old-fashioned cane as support. He stands in stark contrast to the chaos of these streets.
I'm just a ferryman on the river Styx.
Hi Sharon, nice to meet you.
Are you planning to cross Caron's river?
I don't know, I'm looking for a guy named Silas, leader of Onykinus. You might have heard of him. Like a king surveying his domain, he turns around to look at the eastern and western districts of Charon that are surrounded by orange laser barriers.
Shall I be your guide?
Oh, okay, sure. Sure, but will I be safe if I follow you? He reaches behind his ear and produces a round chip no bigger than a fingernail.
This is an ID camouflage chip. If you have one, it masks your biometric data so you can't...
Hi Kitashi! Thank you so much for the 12-month streak! Wow! Happy 1 year! Thanks for dropping by. How are you today?
As long as you're within 3 steps of me, you'll be within its range of concealment.
That's crazy. Also, doesn't he kind of look like Donnie Yen? I don't know. I'm probably imagining things, but this sprite looks a bit like Donnie Yen, no? With tech like this, he's definitely not just a random passerby. He looks like a Kingsman guy. I'll be frank, I hope you don't plan on doing any tricks.
I understand your concerns. In a place like the N109 zone, being cautious. Let's go.
Let's go. With my biometric data amassed, I follow this unfamiliar elderly man into the devastated eastern district of Charon. Alright, thank you, random stranger. He could have been hired by Silas for all we know, you know? Zion Aww, welcome home, tadaima. The stench of gunpowder and blood fills the streets, and the continuous metaflux explosions makes my heart pound like a drum. If you're not like those criminals, then you shouldn't mind answering a few questions, right? What are the rules for the Zion hunt? A cold wind sweeps past us as 3 humanoid wanderers crash into the roadside shop. They grab and tear a person's limbs apart. What? But then a sudden protocore explosion engulfs the storefront. What? Oh my god, I'm witnessing live murder here. That's
They're
terrifying.
Like hunts of the primal variety. People become hunters and prey to fight for a gold coin. With it, at the very
Lord
end,
of Charon.
whoever enters the
Okay.
central arena with the coin and remains the last one standing becomes the winner.
That's a brutal game. From the upper floor of the shop, a drunken man leans halfway out. He quietly raises his gun in our
You
direction.
can use evil weapons.
For everything. A roar resounds before the bullet can leave the ground. We remain untouched as our would-be attacker fails, his chest pierced by metaflux.
Wanderers.
Oh my
just
god.
another weapon people use to hunt each other.
And we're just casually walking through these streets having a conversation that we can hear? That's unbelievable. Genuinely unbelievable. The drones record everything. The screens immediately cycle between shots of death and victory. And somewhere in the darkness, thunderous claps emerge from the crowd. Where are these people spectating from?
What a waste. I've seen him before.
Oh man, the man stops, his hand clasped over his cane. He closes his eyes as if to observe a moment of silence for the deceased.
Isn't it brutal? I hope you weren't frightened.
I'm too stunned to speak. But MC has a strong stomach. It takes more than that to scare me. I've witnessed deaths worse than this. I sure hope that isn't my life. Damn.
Indeed.
Stepping over the fallen body, he leads me to a place with a brilliantly lit sign that reads, Elysium, the true paradise. Okay. Hey! The familiar bar is packed tonight. Everyone clutches their drinks as they're gathered around a screen that's broadcasting the Zion hunt. So, like, have we crossed the area? Is this a no-touch zone? Because it's like a soccer bar. What the heck? People are just here watching football, but it's people killing and This is a brutal place. I wouldn't be able to stomach this. I can't live here.
Here are the latest predictions.
No, they're betting. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's
Stop
terrible.
banging on my table. Do you think hiding in my little sanctuary and drinking your life away makes you special?
I like her. Yes, sassy lady. Tell those patrons to behave.
It's not like I don't pay for my drinks. I'd rather drink myself to death here than get killed the moment I step outside.
More money for the house, let's go! Amidst the cacophony of voices urging people to place their bets, this dangerous business brewed from human lives proves to be very enticing.
A lot of folks are placing bets this year. But being the hunt's primary target isn't exactly a blessing.
Okay.
Opportunity is always born from danger. It's a traditional rule of the Zion hunt.
I don't know, I didn't grow up here, man. The elderly voice cuts through the air with commanding authority. Everyone turns their heads at the same time.
Our old man Dimitri's here.
Oh, his name is Dimitri, okay.
Who's you picked this here, old man?
I need to discuss something with a friend. Would you mind waiting here for a moment? The meal sets here are good, and the drinks are decent. Give them a try if you're interested.
Okay, sure. I would happily have a drink and some fries. I politely nod, however, I've decided not to touch the food in this place. I shouldn't trust anyone. I was midway to the counter to order already.
Oh, dear. Why did you say our drinks are decent? You're so picky, Gramps.
Yeah, Grams. Cut him some slack. A pair of lemon-scented hands encircle my neck, but they are quickly pulled away before I can retaliate. The owner of Elysium moves to face me.
Ah, we meet again, Missy. You're really something else if you know someone like Dimitri.
I just got to know him. I didn't even know that was his name until I stepped in here, girl. His name is Dimitri? Who is he exactly?
He's the Lord of Charon. As the true owner of Charon, Dimitri is the one who hosts the Zion hunt.
What? So this game's okay. He's the big dog running this thing. Never mind.
The arena at the center of the market belongs to him too.
Jeez Louise. But Sharon is supposed to be a free trading zone. How can a place like that have an owner?
You're not the only one curious about it. But Dimitri's background, Elysium has been open for years. But I haven't heard... Even Silas, the leader of Anakinus, keeps his distance from Dimitri.
Oh damn, and maybe I should keep my distance too. He just offered to take me safely across. I didn't know he was the owner of this thing. Come to think of it, Silas hasn't mentioned him before.
This isn't our first meeting. Let me properly introduce myself. Aslan. That's my name.
Nice to meet you, Aslan.
Would you like to order something?
Sure, I guess. Never mind, I'll pass. I didn't bring my wallet. Aslan's lips curl into a mysterious smile.
Elysium doesn't always collect payment in cash. And our...
What? Before I can ask for details, Dimitri returns and gives me a nod.
I've finished my business. Come here. I'll escort you out.
Thank you for the water. I'll drink after this chapter, okay? Behind the counter, Aslan lowers her voice and winks at me.
If you need anything special in the future, ask for the connoisseur's menu. I'll give you a 20% discount.
Women look out for women, yes, girl.
Bye-bye. Come back soon.
I'll miss you. See you. Alright. Oh my god, we're back out here. It is chaos. As I step outside, gunshot screams and maniacal laughter fills my ears once more. It's hard to believe that this refined elderly gentleman behind me is the master of this hellish domain. So I heard you're the Lord of Charon. Why are you hosting the Zion Hunt? Do you enjoy watching people fight and kill each other?
Killing. Surviving by any means, with or without the Zion Hunt. The cycle.
Okay, true, but still. Oh my god, the sound design in this! I can hear the screams in the back. With Dimitri leading the way, every danger we encounter becomes something to walk past. It allows me to safely traverse this lawless battlefield. Mephisto! Just as I'm about to step over the thin orange-red laser, a familiar crow breaks the silence. So, Mephisto is the robotic crow that Silas created and owns, and he keeps an eye on us now and then, and also serves as a messenger and like delivery boy. Across the street, Mephisto perches on a lamppost. He looks at me and tilts his head. Hi.
Your friend is here to pick you up.
The cane falls onto the laser line and the Lord of Sharon stops at the edge of his territory, taking not a step further.
I'm sure our next meeting will be much sooner than this time.
What do you mean?
I mean, my duty as your escort has come to an end. And
Dimitri watches me leave with an unwavering smile, like an ordinary old man out for a walk in the park. He's so creepy! What the heck? I don't know how to feel about him. Like, he kept us safe, but he's also so shrouded in mystery, and also he's hosting these games. That's crazy. Alright, I'm gonna get a drink of water. One moment, please. Thank you, Kitashi. Alright. Next up, the match. Are we about to fight? Are we about to take part in this chaos? I hope not. We're finally at Anakinus' base, a familiar map. With Mephisto as my escort, I arrive at the familiar base without a hitch. Thank you. As soon as I enter the building, I hear a violent explosion from one of the rooms. Is Anakinus' base also involved with the Zion Hunt? Hey, thanks for lurking, Guitar Sniper Kevin. The room is dark. Mindful of Silas' sensitive eyes, I turn on the floor lamp at its lowest setting. In the center of the room stands 4 X-shaped gaming pods. 3 of them are rocking back and forth. Their surfaces, covered in LED lights, pulsate in tandem with the explosion sound effects. Are they gaming right now? I walk up to Silas' gaming pod and knock on it several times. Silas? Silas! Mephisto's been caught! The base is surrounded! They're after you! Absorbed in his virtual world, Silas doesn't respond. Oh, come on! I walk away and settle into the 4th gaming pod, the only one that's empty. Inside, the surrounding screens transform into an endless expanse of stars. Realistic sound effects immediately fill my ears. I fire my spaceship and set off to pursue Silas' fleet. I lock onto the engines of the first ship I see, grip the controls, and open fire.
Who was that? That's brutal.
Pressing home my advantage, I target the next ship. It's immediately destroyed. And just like that, only one ship remains in the game aside from mine. It must be Silas's. Activate the ship AI and lock onto ship Q313.
Target spotted. Would we like to initiate tracking?
Divert all power to the engines. Don't let him escape. My ship's engines burst forward with brilliant blue light as I surge through Silas's vessel. Ship Q313 remains unfazed. It gracefully spins away from my attacks as I close in. However, the elegant move proves to be costly. The ship's tail grazes a meteor, which triggers red warning lights in Silas's cockpit. The simulation ends with the blaring alarm still echoing as the gaming pod slowly opens. Silas emerges and removes his hologram helmet. I can't believe they were gaming. Hey, handsome. Nice to
Why
see
were
you.
you so riled up? You blew up half the battlefield, too. Are you satisfied now?
I'm short on time. After I ask my questions, I'll go. I expected him to make excuses about losing the game. Instead, he furrows his brow while he stares at me. What?
You had something nice to eat?
No, I was just at Elysium. The owner and I caught up.
Playing dumb isn't very nice, kitten.
I really didn't order anything, though. As he speaks, he moves closer to me as if sensing something.
A special protocore. Is it an ether core?
Oh, Silas, I forgot that I absorbed that thing into my body because apparently I'm a protocore sponge. I'm like Kirby, but with protocores. Whee! Silas's accurate assessment catches me off guard. While trying to keep the energy within me stable, I turn to look at him and respond with an inquisitive smile. What's wrong? Weren't you always hoping I'd get stronger?
Who gave it to you?
It's related to an incident. A few days ago, the Hunters Association Protocore transport vehicle was attacked and I was on it.
I heard. The Association getting humiliated is an excellent source of entertainment for the N109 zone.
Sure. Hi, Hashiki. A strange person infiltrated a group of attackers. She found me and started talking about these bizarre things. That stuff is still uncertain, so I decided to tell Silas only the simplest parts. Just as I was on the verge of losing consciousness, my body instinctively absorbed the spatium core. His Adam's apple bops once, and I catch a glimpse of his protocore in his eye, emitting a dizzying red glow. Before I can get a better look, he walks off to the minibar. He downs a glass of liquor in one go. The turbulent energy within me finally settles down, and I realize Silas is locked in an intense battle against his desire for protocores.
Setting aside the possibility that you're here to show off your shiny new protocore, what brings you to the N109 zone?
I walk towards him and bring up a holographic map on my watch's interface. This map was created during Lincoln City's final field survey before the Chrono Rift catastrophe. As I continue to zoom in on the display, the words Gaia Research Center appear on the map. The person who almost killed me said I first appeared here during one of the Unicorn Research team's experiments. Silas glances at it before turning his attention to the chessboard on the table.
And you actually believe that nonsense?
Well, yeah, kind of. I need to go there and find answers, then I'll know if she's lying or not. Our last game ended in a draw, so I quietly joined the chess match as Silas remains quiet. After surveying the chessboard, I move up my rook from the back rank. When I was younger, I had doubts about my past. Later, I figured that so long as I was healthy and safe, none of it really mattered. But a human heart shouldn't contain a protocore. I need to find out who I really am instead of waiting for mysterious people to find me. As soon as I reach for another piece, Silas immediately captures one of my pawns.
And then what? Do you actually believe that learning about your past will make things better?
When I see people, whether close or distant, suddenly racing towards a destination, refusing to accept this unfavorable position, I look at the chessboard again. I take my knight, my only chance for a breakthrough. The one who seems to stay still may be left at a disadvantage forever.
That's just what it looks like on the surface, kitten. As soon as you make your move, you give your opponents an opening. Sometimes the best move is not to make one at all.
As he speaks, he taps my king. It's safe for now, but it's trapped in the setup for a pincer attack. There's little hope for escape. What about you? Before I can pull back his hand, I quickly grab my queen and point it at Silas's eye. Your fusion with the protocore couldn't have been a coincidence either. Is that a friendly piece of advice or a warning? In a brief standoff, he finally shows his first smile of the day. And what, Luke and Kieran were just standing there this entire time? We were like low-key flirting over this chessboard, you know? It's tense here. Did they leave?
My situation holds no value as a reference point. Those words were nothing but a distraction so I could win the game.
Silas grabs a chess piece from my hand. Taking my wrist, he guides me through the floor-to-ceiling window. Oh. As the curtains slowly part, they reveal the night sky. Below us is the N109 zone in its entirety.
Since 2034, the N109 zone has undergone multiple rounds of reconstruction. Look at the outside world. Can you match any of these roads to that old map of yours?
The once straight streets became a maze. Nearly all the landmarks have vanished. Surely the people who used to live here...
They left.
Ever's agent handlers for gathering intel?
Dead.
What about the odd workshop's owner? Surely he's...
Unfortunately for you, he just left town yesterday. He won't be back until next month at the earliest.
I frown as my lead gets cut off before me.
Do you really want to know?
Even if I didn't, people keep forcing me to find out. He pushes me closer to the window, then I realize it. The only person who knows the truth has been right here all along.
There, underground.
Following Silas's gesture, I see it, the massive holographic screen in the sky. It's the heart of the Zion hunt I experienced today, a paradise of bloodshed and revelry, the Sharon Arena. Okay. All-knowing Silas. Alright, join the game. No, I don't want to join. I've been trying to avoid it this entire story. The massive holographic display makes everything feel strangely unreal. The latest rankings continue to scroll by. The individual in the first place has remained unchanged since this afternoon. To hold the top spot for so long in such a brutal hunt, he must be strong.
He's been at the top since last night. He's good. I'll give him that.
Each change in the rankings marks the end of another life. They know it's suicide, yet they so eagerly rush in. Is that coin really worth it?
I see you know a thing or two. But fewer than 30% of the participants are there for that coin.
Really?
In the N109 zone, what matters more is the desire to hunt, the thirst for bloodshed, the craving for domination.
That's crazy.
Or a means to prove one's loyalty.
What do you mean? He steps away from the window and the curtains close behind him. Through the gap, a red X appears over the first place portrait before it vanishes forever from the giant screen. Based on your experience, how much longer will the hunt last? Since the dazzling neon lights have been blocked, my thoughts became clearer. The safest option would be to search under the arena after the hunt ends.
By the looks of it, the finals will start tomorrow. This year's hunt has some extra stakes involved.
Oh?
So the finals will be more intense.
He walks to the sofa with measured steps and takes a seat.
The arena will be demolished.
What? Why?
Many have coveted the arena for years, but its owner isn't as young as he used to be. His grip on power isn't the same anymore. So, the vultures circling this territory already have a silent agreement in place. They'll host an overtime match once the Zoian hunt is over.
Oh, Zoian hunt. Sorry. Looks like participating in the Zoian hunt is my last chance to find the Gaia Research Center. And breaking into the arena by myself is no easy feat. Who knows what awaits in the ruins of the Research Center? I can't waste too much of my energy on fighting. I need an ally. My gaze falls on Silas, who's sitting on the sofa.
Don't even think about it, kitten.
I was thinking about it, but you've been watching the hunt unfold from the sidelines. Don't tell me you haven't been plotting something.
Are you implying you're the one who has all the schemes?
Pin him down? Pretending to threaten him, I playfully pin him down on the sofa. Get it, girl! You said you don't mind me using you, and right now I really want to use you so I can get into the arena. It's not like you'll lose if you join. It's a win-win situation, right?
If you want to drag me into this, flattery and tricks won't be enough. I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint you, kitten. I have guests to meet, so I can't join you in your gladiator game.
Man. Who? There's a knock at the door. Luke and Kieran, who had left the gaming pods, have returned. Their voices come through from the other side.
Boss, our people just delivered their report.
Leave a few alive. There's no need to be too thorough.
Yes, sir. There are a few troublemakers in the area, boss.
Do as you please.
Thank you, boss.
Your guests are from ever?
They came all the way here, saying they have a profitable deal to discuss. How could I not play the role of a gracious host?
You're planning to take them all down?
Is it a bad idea?
It's great, actually. With one graceful stride, he helps me stand, grabs my shoulder, and turns me around.
It's not like you're busy. Let's see what kind of presents they've prepared.
All right. We are being dragged into a risky situation once again. After our high-speed ride, we find ourselves before some ruins. They're shrouded in mist and gun smoke. The air is thick with chaotic energy fluctuations. Frowning, I kick aside some unidentifiable debris and pick up a broken half of a wine bottle. Oh, he looks good! 100-year-old wine, empty jewelry boxes. Don't tell me these are your welcome gifts. Silas casually responds as he slowly circles the area and takes in everything.
They know I won't show up, yet they're still playing a game of pretense. Would you like to guess the reason, kitten?
Either Ever is confident enough to think you'll accept their deal, or the deal is just a front, and they're hiding something that can be used against you.
That's why I won't sit around waiting for them to make their move. People only show their hand when they're backed into a corner.
Silas stops walking, picks up a broken gun stock still containing traces of protocore energy, and crushes it.
I prefer a direct, efficient approach.
I run my fingers along the energy residue on the wall, using my eval to sense the fluctuations in the air. Various energy signatures are intermingled. Although they're erratic, they're not particularly strong. If these were meant to deal the killing blow, they're underwhelming.
The real trump card is...
Oh! Nearby, a metal wall suddenly collapses. From the dust and debris, multiple armed figures emerge. Their silhouettes are arranged in a staggered formation. As electrical currents flicker to life, they reveal how the lower half of each figure's face is a mask made of mechanical components. It's integrated into their bodies. The energy readings are changing. In the blink of an eye, dozens of thin blue beams simultaneously lock onto our foreheads.
They've finally shown themselves.
Just before the beams could pierce us, Silas grabs me and pulls us back. The spot where we once stood is reduced to scorched earth. I'm just about to catch my breath when the beams converge on us again.
Get behind me.
A black-red mist spreads out like a net. It lunges at the blue beams that are attacking us. The mist disintegrates instantly as surging shockwaves and countless energy beams violently burst from all directions. Silas immediately creates another barrier of mist to shield us, but in the blink of an eye, most of it had already been destroyed. These energy beams, they can nullify your eval?
Antimatter weapons.
Oh.
They actually managed to get their hands on something interesting.
He wipes away the blood from his neck, but the wound shows no signs of healing. The figures raise their weapons at the same time to take aim again, yet Silas responds with a smile instead of being angry. He gathers a more powerful energy storm in his hand. This isn't good. They'll wear down Silas at this rate. Spotting my motorcycle nearby, I quickly dash towards it and use the scattered cover for protection. After another explosive blast, I race through the lingering dust cloud and return to Silas's side. The thundering roar of my bike engine envelopes us. Come with me! Vroom vroom! The motorcycle rolls at full throttle as we weave through the M109 zone. The sound of gunfire is hot on our heels and I feel super cool. I duck and dodge the explosions around us while Silas sits back in the passenger seat. He wields his protocore weapon as if he's playing a shooting game. Are those really antimatter weapons? Silas, were they specifically designed to take you down?
They're just cheap knockoffs, kid. Keep your...
Okay.
I'm not alone.
Aww. Two motorcyclists in black close in from both sides. They're trying to slam into me at the same time. I'm just a driver who follows the traffic rules. Already at full throttle, I make a split-second decision to step on the brake. I let my motorcycle fall back to dodge their coordinated attack.
They're putting up quite a fight.
How are you planning to shake off these guys? They don't have the energy fluctuation type seen from those monsters, nor do they show any signs of being modified, but their movements are mechanical and rigid. It's as if they're following someone's commands. We don't have much time. We'll reach Sharon in 2 blocks.
You better not forget to turn. Let's not crash into it, kitten.
The boundary of the killing zone is ahead. The last untainted street marks the line between sanctuary and hell. A perfect foolproof plan quickly gathers and forms in my mind as I push my motorcycle's horsepower to its limit. True, entering with the leader upon a kindness, amidst the wild howls of our pursuers, I charge toward the laser barrier. Well, that means I might end up being a target with you. Time seems to slow down as the orange-red light sweeps over the front wheel of my motorcycle. It watches over my bike and Silas, who's behind me. Clearly aware of Sharon's rules, our masked pursuers stop just before the boundary. They're forced to watch us slip away. Oh, dang. We turn and enter a deserted alley. My motorcycle finally gives out. Silas and I dismount. Well, we ended up here after all. Oops. But at least I helped you shake off those pursuers.
I might have believed it was an accident if you didn't sound so enthusiastic.
Our faces suddenly appear on the district's central screen. They're magnified dozens of times over. In that same instance, the gunfire echoing throughout the killing zone falls silent. Then the still air brims with passion and screams resound. They're celebrating, or maybe going wild, over Silas's entrance.
You got what you wanted. There's no turning back now.
I just helped you out. It's time for you to return the favor. Go underground with me. We need to check and see if the old Gaia Research Center is really there.
A life debt is impossible to repay. But since you asked so nicely, kitten, do I even have a choice?
With Silas's laughter still in the air, I navigate through the alley's debris and barricades and makes my way towards the Sharon Alley. Arena. Wait a second. I'm starting to think you were planning to swoop in during the finals and catch everyone in your trap.
I would never do such a thing. I'm not nearly as clever as you are.
He's so sly. I would never do such a thing. Yes, you would. You totally would. Alright, I think this should be the last chapter of the... Last chapter of the 4. Oh man, this is gonna be a long stream, guys. We're already an hour in. Countless bullets whiz above our head as I take cover. As soon as I crouch down, a missile destroys half the wall before me. Silas, watch your head! The blinding white light makes me close my eyes. I feel myself being lifted by a powerful force and pulled into his protective embrace. Silas carries me like a cat. With one arm around my waist, he kicks open a door and rushes into the building. An explosion erupts the building from outside. The entire team is wiped out. I didn't intend on sounding so enthusiastic, but he's carrying us like a cat. I think that's really cute.
We're safe, for now.
Masked man, wanderers, weapons, guns. There's no end to them. They're really determined to take us down.
In most cases, being too strong is a curse in itself.
I checked the betting leaderboard. Silas's name sits at the top. The amount of money people put on him is several times higher than the contestant in several place. If you're not like everyone else, you get punished. They're definitely targeting you.
To think I'd make a splash for my first Zoian hunt. Oh well.
You're quite the hit. I shoot him a glance and bet my entire paycheck on his name.
Should I say I'm honored?
Since you're already in the spotlight, I might as well profit from it. Just keep that first place spot warm and be my decoy. When I get the money, we'll split it 70-30.
Anyone can make empty promises. And I'm not an altruistic philanthropist, kitten.
Name your price. If I can afford it, then we have a deal.
Oh? You can definitely afford it.
I'm very
broke. It just
what do you mean?
depends on whether you're willing to give it to me.
Huh? I don't know what you're talking about. His right eye begins to glow with an eerie red light. My heart races and I try to look away so I don't get controlled.
Congratulations! You are now in second place on the betting leaderboard.
What? Okay, hold on. There's too many things happening at once. First of all, thank you, Draco, for the 19-month sub. Give it to him. I would. Okay, and now I'm in second place. What's going on? Nice. My communication device vibrates just as Silas fiddles with his phone. It's followed by a melodic notification sound of a successful payment. What are you doing?
I placed a bet on you. Now you have the highest odds in the game.
Please! Okay.
If you win, I'll make a fortune.
Okay, dude. Okay. This guy. All
Do
right.
you want to match my wager?
No, I'm too damn broke, man. I shouldn't have underestimated you. You never make a terrible deal. Don't forget to split the winnings with me. 80-20.
Oh, you're so greedy.
Mm-hmm. We're out here in the killing zone flirting. Because we can, I guess. Just as our conversation helps me catch my breath, there's a rustling sound from the corner. Shh. I creep silently toward the source of the sound, then I turn around with my gun raised.
Please, don't hurt me.
My gun is pointed at a frail old woman who's barely alive. Finding someone as old as her in this Zoyan hunt seems unbelievable. But this is the N109 zone. Instead of lowering my gun, I tighten my grip and take another step toward her. How long have you been eavesdropping? Before I can ask another question, Metaflux suddenly surges. A wanderer materializes and instantly lunges at the old woman. Look out! My hunter's instinct takes over before I can think. I try to protect the elderly woman by throwing myself over her. As I brace for impact, shards of Metaflux explode behind me. They're intertwined with wisps of a familiar mist. I turn around to see Silas standing behind us. He flexes his wrist while traces of his evil linger around his hand. Oh, do that again. Oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever seen that animation of him just like cracking his knuckles or something. It's very sexy.
I take my eyes off you for 1 second and you just rush in. The association definitely trained you well, kitten.
Thank you. I'm grateful that you rescued me and gave me a backhanded compliment. Hi, Pappy, welcome in. Just as I try to push myself up, a sharp pain shoots through... What? Oh, no. As I look down, a dagger pulsing with evil energies lodged in the lower right area of my abdomen, and the old woman's trembling hands clutch its handle. You...
I didn't mean to.
Oh my god. Silas picks me up as the old woman releases her grip on the dagger and flees.
Fool.
A black rape mist starts chasing after her, but I hold back my pain and press down on Silas's arm, and I shake my head. Let's take care of my wound first. How are you, Pappy? I grab the first aid kit from the shelf and sink into the couch. I open it and search through its contents.
Let me do it.
It's fine, I can handle it.
You slipped several times already. I don't think you can handle it.
It's not that bad, hey! Black Rip Mist grabs my arm and lifts me into the air, yet my fall is unexpectedly gentle. I find myself lying across Silas's lap as he sits on the sofa. The first aid kit lands next to us.
You'll break the latch if you keep doing that.
Doctor treatment with Dr. Silas! Eh? The medicine sends a sharp pain into my wound. Trying to distract myself, I stare at the tangled cables on the ceiling.
Have you counted how many cables are up there?
Don't interrupt me. I only got to 27. My attention shifts and I meet his watchful gaze.
Does it hurt?
Yes. It really hurts.
This is a special antiseptic from Caron's black market. No one has ever claimed it doesn't hurt. It's extremely effective since it makes wounds heal 10 times faster than normal.
What? That's crazy. Really? Then the pain is worth it.
I lied. It's just a saline solution.
This man has debated me more times than I can count. Silas discards the cotton ball after he finishes cleaning the wound. He holds the hemostatic dressing between his palms, then he pauses.
You seem distracted. Are you thinking about that old woman?
Yeah.
Are you mad?
It's not. I'm just... I wouldn't say I'm angry. I'm just curious about what made her and the other people who live here turn out like that.
Maybe they don't think anything is wrong with what they've become. One man's hell is another man's paradise.
He applies a small amount of pressure on my wound. I wince and catch a playful glint in his eyes.
You can barely take care of yourself right now, but you're still going to worry about others? Most people here are foolish. They run after their desires and never realize the treasure they were born with.
Don't tell me you're talking about their lives when you said treasure.
I'm referring to their soul.
Silas tilts his head slightly and points to his eye.
Even at just 21 grams, the soul is one of the most precious gifts the universe has given to humanity.
When you collect souls, are you basically stealing it from the universe?
Did you just change the subject by making fun of me? Can you stand up?
You shouldn't underestimate me. I jump from his knee and stretch my limbs to prove I'm fine.
Don't push yourself. In this game of life and death, even the smallest vulnerability could cost you everything.
Hello.
Leaving right now wouldn't be a good idea. Stay put and keep quiet.
Hello, Queen Pussycat. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, welcome. Let me just do a roll call for everybody who's come in. Hello to Sleepy Samurai 88, that guy Elixir, Kaiman Gambler. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming. How are you guys? Also, Pappy, I wanted to answer your question, but I was like so deep in the story. But right now we're playing the Love and Deepspace main story update. And there's a lot going on. So when you asked me that, I was like, how can I don't think there's a way that I can summarize the past 1 hour, 20 minutes of reading. But, okay, let me try, okay, in one sentence. We accidentally absorbed a protocore into our body. And now we're in the M109 zone seeking Silas so that we can find where we were born or / grew up with, because some mysterious people told us that we originated from there. So I don't know more than that. But welcome in! Hello everybody, my name is Himitoki. I'm a bunny princess VTuber. I love Love and Deepspace, and I hope you guys have a good time here. If you intend to stay, I appreciate it, but if you have to go for your after stream care, go to bed or wherever, please go and have a good one. Have a wonderful one. Hello, I think I done this part of the lads. That's great, that's great. Decent little summary. I knew you would answer it and write it down. Yeah, sorry, I was intending on like finishing the chapter before I catch up with chat, because it's a little bit easier for me to go with the flow and then like address everything at the end. Also, chat doesn't move very fast, so I can do that. Thank you so much, Amelia, for bringing Queen Pussycat and her community here. It's such a pleasure to meet you. Stream has been going all right. I've been enjoying the story for the most part. But if you would like to share anything, do you have anything exciting coming up? Otherwise, or if not, for those on my end, go and follow Queen Pussycat and let's try to catch her next time, okay? Queen is also Singaporean in Japan. Nice! Nice to meet you! That means it's about 1 hour later for you now, right? It must be... Oh, wait. Why did I think it was already 11? It's only 9:30. My sense of time has been so screwed up recently. Genuinely, so hard to tell. Like, I don't even know what day or time it is nowadays. Nice to meet you too. I also thought it was 11. I know, right? It feels like it's already 11. But it could just be that I'm a bit sleep deprived, maybe. I don't know whether we'll be able to finish the Love and Deepspace main story update, because there's actually quite a lot. There's like 4 full chapters, and so far we're on the 6th chapter of the first one. I gotta read and run because I need a shower and sleep. No worries, please take care. And for those of you who are, in Japan, in Singapore, wear a mask. Practice good hygiene, because the bugs have been going around, whether it's the COVID, whether it's a vid, like boom, suddenly get the vid, or like something else. So take care, rest well, and I hope you get well soon. I just got over the flu. Yeah, I feel like I need to go for a flu shot soon too, because girl, everyone around me is falling sick. And it's not gonna be very nice to fall sick. Okay, so we're gonna continue the story. Thank you so much for coming in. If you want to lurk on YouTube as well, I'm also live there if you want to help me to gain my watch hours. Meanwhile, enjoy the story and our interactions with these handsome 3D men from Love and Deepspace. Hearing the sounds of gunfire in the distance, I think for a bit before agreeing with Silas's assessment. But just as I'm about to sit down on the couch, I see a familiar blue beam appear. Oh no, we're being attacked. At the last possible moment, Silas and I leap from the window and narrowly escape the blast. In the depths of the dark alley, familiar figures emerge. It's those masked figures again. They're very persistent.
They seem to be very confident in their antimatter weapons.
They might, though. What I mean was, don't underestimate them. I glance in the direction while I speak. There are 5 of them. The alley is on a dead end, so we can go left and flank them. Silas, draw their attention. I'll intercept them. Oh, really?
Nice.
Out, huh? I'm waiting for the interaction part because the trailer was so exciting. I can't wait. We haven't got to any of the interactions yet, so we're getting there. He nods and he takes 2 steps to position himself as my shield.
Quietly. And watch out for the other hyenas who are
After the final thunderous blast, the dark alley is once again swallowed by a nighttime fog and deathly silence. Are you okay?
You stole the words right out of my mouth.
So interactions as in, you know how there's like the kindled interactions in the 5-star cards where we're in the scene and you know, it's like our POV? So they have some of these scenes in the main story too, but we haven't gotten to any of them yet. Silas quickly checks my waist for any signs of bleeding, then he turns his attention to the broken weapons and lifeless figures on the ground.
The numbers don't add up. Almost 10 of them are missing.
Hopefully they're already dead somewhere else.
They won't die that easily with weapons like those. They're most likely in hiding and waiting for another chance to strike.
How did they know we were here? Did our popularity give us away? Silas takes my wrist and his fingertip brushes against my inner arm. My fingers curl out of reflex. What are you doing? He releases my wrist and holds up an almost transparent chip between his fingers. What is that? Silas crushes the item and drops its internal components to the ground. Yeah, what is that?
A tracking device.
I try to think back to everyone who could have planted that on me, but there are too many possibilities. Ever? Dimitri? That old woman? Might have been Dimitri, I think. Is this why Dimitri, the Lord of Sharon, offered to help me on his own accord? But what does he want in return?
Regardless, this place isn't safe anymore. Come along now.
Silas takes my wrist again and leads me out of the alley. Ooh, he's been touching our wrist a lot. I'm a bit sensitive there. Not sure if I like it or dislike it. Because I can't feel him. I want to feel him through the screen. Soul time! That sounds like some sort of like fun combo period. Let's go. Wow, what is this place? Midnight Velocity vintage cars? This is a nice place. I thought finding a suitable hideout would take a lot of effort. But Silas knows exactly where to go. He quickly leads me to a vintage automobile repair shop near the arena. 2 vintage street lamps flicker inside. A desert highway backdrop and bullet holes decorate the entrance. It's quite fitting for our situation. After making sure we weren't being followed, I breathe a sigh of relief and pull up a chair to ease my pain. Ooh, I forgot we got shot. No, we got stabbed. Ever just won't quit. Isn't there a way to deal with them once and for all? The arena fights are bad enough as it is.
The ones we took out were only minions receiving commands. For signals to be distributed simultaneously, there must be a leader carrying the central control unit.
Sword Art Online? I feel like not really Sword Art Online. Ready Player One, maybe. With that touchpad
Take out their
vest.
control unit, and we can disable the entire group.
Speaking of, I detected an unusual metaflux fluctuation when I encountered them. Silas turns around to look at me.
What makes it unusual?
I'm not sure how to explain it. Maybe it's connected to the control unit you mentioned?
They've really been busy behind the scenes. They're using protocores like they're toys.
Sorry, I drank some water. Silas averts his gaze and turns away. He walks into a corner of the shop.
Change of plans. We need to step up our game.
What?
Find the leader, neutralize them, and extract the control unit.
We're going to do reverse tracking? That might work. I'll use those unique fluctuations to locate them. Silas crouches down by the decorative bar counter along the wall. The sound of rummaging soon fills the air. What are you doing? Oh, are you looking for weapons?
I'm hungry, so I'm looking for food.
You're a full meal right here. I stood up. My interest is piqued. Is this place one of your properties?
Maybe. Those with refined tastes know how to seek out places that match their standards. The vehicles outside are enough to prove the owner's discerning eye. I spoke too soon.
What, no beer? After retrieving a bag of food from the cabinets decorated like wooden crates, Silas turns to the small table. A look of displeasure is on his face. What's got you so mad, babe?
These are emergency rations. If you're not picky, try to eat as much as you can.
I thought you would have something delicious here. Canned food? That's not too bad. I thought it'd be much worse considering how you acted.
Weren't you the one who kept asking for more home comforts at the base?
The base is for living, but this place is for surviving. The standards are different. But seriously, have you thought about making our chefs develop canned food? With their skills, we could have a gourmet canned food experience next time we end up in a situation like this. While I keep rambling, the cans are opened and arranged. Silas gives me a look but doesn't argue. What?
How's your wound?
He does have chefs,
No
yeah.
amount of talking will change that pain.
I'm starting to think the medicine was normal. It hurts even more now that I've stopped moving. I took a huge bite out of the canned luncheon meat. I try to distract myself from the pain by chewing. What's a protocore? So a protocore is, from what I'm aware, I haven't really looked into it, but when you defeat wanderers, they drop protocores. It's something like their heart. But Silas has one in his eye, and I have an ether core in my heart. So these cores are, how do I explain it? It's kind of like an energy source in this world. And for some people, like the two of us, it can embed themselves in it. So earlier in the main story, we also accidentally absorbed another core. Because our body just like vacuums it up like Kirby. I don't know. So yeah. Just like Repo! Whoop! Upgrades. Well, nothing's exactly wrong with absorbing them, but if you don't have the compatibility with it, it could lead to like adverse effects. And I'm assuming that people who are incompatible with it like turn into wanderers or something. I'm not so sure. That part of the lore hasn't really been revealed yet, like what are protocores exactly. But there are theories, you know? As I reach for the energy drink, his hand hovers above the can. He sprinkles a medicinal powder over it. I stare in disbelief. Did you just spike my drink right in front of me?
Are 2 painkillers going to be enough to knock out Lincoln's finest hunter?
No.
I know you want to stay alert. You're worried the extended release painkillers will slow your reactions. Keeping you safe for half the night will be easy. I'm here, which is more than enough.
He picks up the can and moves the luncheon meat aside before settling it down in front of me. The small table becomes a chessboard once again, but this time my opponent sends his pieces into my territory to supply his queen.
As for whether you want to let your guard down for half the night, that's up to you, kitten.
Oh, this is very interesting. Okay, let me explain to you why this is very interesting, okay? So earlier in the story, in the previous chapter, Homecoming Wings, where we reunite with our brother boyfriend Caleb, and we find out that he's alive and now he's a colonel. At some point, trigger warning, he drugs us by giving us medicine. It is cold medicine, according to the story, okay? Yeah, I call him brother boyfriend because it's just funnier that way. My brother boyfriend Caleb, he's also very handsome. But earlier in Homecoming Wings, we caught a cold when we wanted to go out and investigate. And when he offered us this flu medicine, we take it. And we weren't given a choice whether we could drink it or not drink it, okay? So some people theorize that we were drugged. Some people theorize that it was really just cold medicine that knocked us out cold because we were sick. But that's, you know, not confirmed. In any case, there was no choice in that situation whether we would drink it or not, because I think for our MC, she already trusts Caleb as her, you know, older brother figure, her childhood friend. She wouldn't question him. So that was the part which kind of broke their trust. But here we have a very similar situation now, with Silas giving us medication, but now we can choose whether we drink it or not. So what do you think, chat? Do we trust him? I trust him with my whole heart and life, guys. But it's because I know he won't harm us, okay? I know it because he's one of the love interests. But yeah, I'm gonna drink it. But what say you, you know? Yeah, I think that's really interesting that they have this parallel where you are given a choice in one situation and not given a choice in the other. But it makes sense. To me, it makes sense because there are certain things that our MC would probably do without us being able to influence her. But here, it's the same timeline, Draco. So, Homecoming Wings, where we got knocked out by Caleb's flu medicine, was the previous main story update with Caleb when he came out in January 22nd this year. And now it is Silas's turn. Yeah, so this is main story. This is all main story, which is why it's a very long story too. Like, we're 1.5 hours in, we're still on this like first chapter. There are 4 chapters to this update. And I don't know if I can finish them all tonight given how long it's taking me. Alright, let's drink it, chat. And I'm sorry for the ramble, I just thought it was a really interesting thing. Let's drink. Since he put it that way, under his watchful gaze, I alternate between sipping my drink and eating. I want him to take care of me for the whole night. I mean not, I didn't mean it then that way, but you know, I kind of mean it in that way too. Whatever that way is. I quickly replenish my energy after consuming 3 cans of protein-rich food. The pain gradually dulls. Looking at my leftovers, I notice that Silas has barely touched his food. With a questioning look, I wave the can at him. I would also like 1 more protein-rich meal. A full meal of Silas, thank you very much.
I'm full.
You were full after eating 1 slice of meat?
I don't want to eat. I don't like it.
I might get full after eating 1 slice of meat, if you know what I mean. Okay, enough. You're the one who said you were hungry. In the dim lighting, Silas fidgets with the can opener. His gaze lingers on the particular vehicle and his interest is evident.
The last Slavernos in the world. This shop's owner really knows how to hide treasures in Caron.
What's a Slavernos? Sitting with a full stomach only makes me drowsy, so I get up and follow him into the maze of vintage cars. A distorted figure flashes in my peripheral vision. I turn around only to see my reflection in the glossy black car door. Sounds like a car,
Phantom
yeah.
Zero, produced 60 years ago. Comfortable seats, spacious in the back.
Oh yeah, I think the outfit is kind of influencing the mood. His presence is influencing my mood. Thinking I'm interested, Silas turns back to stand beside me. Our distorted reflections merge on the car door.
This model was always popular with young dreamers. Are you one of them?
First of all, those young dreamers from 60 years ago should be elders by now. Secondly, this car is cool. I won't deny liking it, even if you make fun of me.
I wasn't.
He does something I can't see, and the pitch-black Phantom Zero headlights suddenly turn on. They cast their beams on another car in front.
I have daydreams too.
Did you see his little smile there? Oh my gosh, Silas, the man you are. Under the circle of headlights, the car stands like an actor center stage who's waiting for its story to begin. Silas steps into the light with one hand in his pocket. Unhurried, he leans forward with his hand on the car door to get a closer look. They're really describing this because he sounds very cool right now. Is this what you mentioned earlier? The Silverino?
Slaverno means
Silverno,
explorer.
sorry.
It was the last model this company produced before going bankrupt.
Oh, it sounds like they were exploring different methods of escape to escape their desperate situation. Badumts. Curious, I peer inside. A fine layer of dust has settled over the interior. Their exploration may not have ended well, but at least the name shows they never gave up hope.
You have a knack for spinning inspirational tales.
You don't sound very inspired. He sounds bored of me half the time, but I know he's not. Okay, he just is very monotonous sometimes. He looks more relaxed as he's leaning to the side. Against the car door, he looks at me. He looks
In
at
reality,
us, chat.
There was no tale about surviving despite the odds. It was just an ambition that withered before its time. In their final moments, they poured their last defiant breath into crafting this car's body and soul.
I could hear him read poems for days, chat. He has such a nice
What
voice.
stands before you now is an embodiment of ambition that died 60 years ago.
The car's headlights illuminate one side of him. They're almost blindingly bright. Looking at his reflection in the car window, I can't help but think that if this car had a soul, it'd be just like Silas. I understand what he's trying to tell me. The essence of exploration is desire, and desire in turn fuels ambition. It pushes us to explore beyond our limits. Just like me! Just like me! Who's always been searching for every kind of truth. Once I start looking for answers, I find more of them waiting to be uncovered. This quest for truth seems endless. Sometimes I'm afraid I'll be trapped forever in these endless layers of questions, that I'll never find the ultimate truth. The sound of knuckles rapping against the car door snaps me back to reality. A gaze half hidden in the interplay of lights and shadows is fixated on me.
Don't worry. Your ambition means too much to me. I won't let it fade away so easily.
Sweet! This man, he just lives and dies for us. And I love that. I love that. Have you ever heard the saying that fate will run its course?
No, and I don't care.
Oh! Sorry, the script writer... So good. Seemingly done with the conversation, he stands up, takes my wrist, and leads me to the Phantom Zero. He opens the back door and tilts his head.
Sleep here tonight. Sound good?
In a plush car? The back seat is spacious and the cushions are definitely soft enough. I turn. As expected, Silas chose the Silverino. He reclines in the driver's seat, his legs propped up to the open door.
Turn those lights off.
Okay. The car lights are off and darkness once again blankets our surroundings. As I lie down, I realize how much fatigue I had built up from constantly fighting and running around. My head starts to feel heavy. Yet at times like these, thoughts seem to surface more persistently. It's beyond my control. Silas? Silas? I look up through the car window and see his foot resting on the doorframe. It sways ever so slightly. I can tell you're awake.
Listen to yourself. You sound like you're talking in your sleep.
I struggle to sit up and lean against the window. I speak in a soft voice. I might be half asleep, but I know this plan will work. In 3 hours, it'll be dawn. People have their guard down after waking up. That's when we'll split up and make our move. You'll draw the wanderers away and help me create conditions for detecting fluctuations. I'll find a way to obtain the control unit that mass people's leader has.
Move at dawn, splitting up. Are you really treating this like it's just another Lincoln mission?
Lincoln never gives me this much freedom. I blink slowly and force myself to stay awake for just a little longer. I'm not playing around. I helped you deal with Ever, so you have to help me get the gold coin. Then I can enter the arena.
And if I refuse?
Well, you can think about why you're really here. Shh. Me. Me.
Get some sleep. Number 2.
Number 2? Since when did we become number 2? Huh? Where did that come from? Now I want to know. Okay, Xavier's poking me. He's like, you spent 1.5 hours with Silas. It's my turn. Number 2 sounds wrong. Oh no. Hi, Ghost Up. Amelia says, wow, Silas is so tall, how the whole length of car fit his body. Oh yeah, he's like 2 meters. He's like 1.9 something, if I'm not wrong. Super tall. Okay, we are still in the first chapter, and I don't think we'll be able to finish all the chapters. I might have to stream this again, guys. I'm too tired today to stream the full thing. Alright, Connoisseur's Dessert. That was what the lady at Elysium asked us to order if we ever need any information and special stuff. Fog seeps into the abandoned factory as I nimbly leap into a shipping container. I'm getting closer to the energy fluctuation I've detected. Soon enough, I spot approximately 10 motionless figures standing in a narrow gap between the containers. 6, 7, 8, 9, the rest of them are here. According to the plan, Silas is dealing with the other contestants and wanderers to obtain the arena entry token, a gold coin. Meanwhile, I'm tracking down those masked figures, and that's why I'm here. I'll take down the leader first. Once I find out who's in charge, the rest will be a piece of cake. I close my eyes and attempt to channel the Spatium Core's energy. From my heart, warm energy surges and envelops my entire body. My racing heartbeat is warning me that I might experience an energy overload if I continue. There. I sense that distinct energy signature and pinpoint the signal source in the chaos. I leap down from the shipping container, grab a masked figure's shoulder to pin him down, and press my gun against his forehead. With inhuman reflexes, he flips over and knocks me away. His chest doesn't rise or fall as he breathes. Instead, intermittent electrical currents crackle from within. The leader is an android. Their leader is an android. Before the other masked figures can raise their guns, I pull the trigger. The bullet pierces the cold metallic chest above me. As if connected by the same energy source, the surrounding masked figures clutched their chests. Their movements were delayed for a second. I place my palm on the leader's lowered head and detect something unusual. With 2 fingers, I reach into the eye sockets and extract an artificial eye. Sparks fly from the severed wires as the machinery still functioning freezes. The masked figures have lost their power source and they fall to the ground one after another and let out pain groans. I hold up the artificial eye to the moonlight. As I suspected, protocore particles within the shell emit a faint glow in the darkness. I'll be taking this. Elysium's neon lights shine as they always do as I arrive at its entrance.
Well, won't you look at that? Someone's still alive.
Nice to see you, Aislinn. Hey, I'm ranked 2nd on the leaderboard. I can't let all these people lose their money because of me.
You're too kind.
I need to lay low here for now, but how am I going to contact Silas?
I see something's troubling you. When you have a lot on your mind, you should...
I sit down at the bar and remember what Aislinn said about offering services beyond filling empty stomachs. I might as well see what this place is really capable of. I'd like to look at the connoisseur's menu, please. The menu is promptly presented to me. My gaze sweeps across the peculiar dish names one at a time until it lands on the last item. Sweet Evil Trap.
Every dish in the connoisseur's menu tells a story from the N109 zone.
Oh?
But the story behind this one hasn't started yet. It's waiting for someone to order it. In fact, it's been waiting for a long time now.
A Sweet Evil Trap? 10.5 grams of soul. What?
Even at just 21 grams, the soul is one of the most precious gifts the universe has given to humanity.
That's half of 21. Silas practically has "I prepared something for you" written all over his face. So the theory is, by the way, or at least a theory I've seen floating around, is that MC and Silas originate from the same soul. They're like 2 halves, which is why Silas has always said that we can't leave him because we're fated to always find each other. I close the menu. I'll order this one then. I'm so curious to know how this is gonna unfold. The red wine marshmallows are sweet, and the pomegranate juice dances across my tongue.
How is it?
The notes of roasted raspberry and walnut intertwine. Layer by layer, they unfold in my palate in an intricate dance of flavors. That actually sounds really good. I want this drink now. It's like him.
Your satisfaction is our greatest source of motivation. Here's your bill.
I look at it and see a 5-digit number. This is the price for one dessert?
I guess it can be if you're willing to pay that much. Try inputting these numbers into a map.
Doesn't the arena block signals?
There's always an exception.
I follow Ainslinn's instructions. A red dot appears on the previously inactive arena map. 0800 West District Docks. This is an interesting choice in terms of location. Aislinn brings a finger to her lips.
Elysium has more uses than you can ever imagine.
I don't know what that means. Okay, but this is so exciting. I feel like I'm in a spy movie. The docks are completely deserted. Abandoned vehicles are scattered haphazardly across the arena. Come on, Silas. If you don't show up soon, my cover's gonna be blown. Interaction time, guys! Whoa! Looking good.
You're late.
When I show up on time for a deal, someone usually gets carried away. I'm fashionably late for good luck.
Okay.
No need to thank me. Get in.
Thanks, I guess.
Hi.
Where is it? For you.
Oh?
Empty. What do you mean?
As you can see, it's a pass to the arena.
Hmm?
No time for jokes. Where's the gold coin?
It was tampered with, so I fed it to a wanderer. We can't have loose ends, kitten.
You destroyed it?
There are other ways to enter the arena. I can guarantee that. I'm being honest. You know that.
How would I know?
Don't move.
Oh.
What?
We're being followed. We're going to have to fight if we want to leave. Why don't we call a temporary truce?
Fine.
We don't know how many are still in hiding. What are the odds?
With you, guaranteed victory.
All right.
Hold on.
Let's go then. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Then you should help me fix that. Change your
Our
perspective.
powers is resonating, so we can resonate with other people's evolves to increase its power.
I'm charging extra for this.
Oh! We just step on him! Alright!
Look at us.
Someone's eager to die.
I'm sorry, I'm so speechless because this is so fun to watch. Oh my god, you're so badass! Not him walking on the car!
It's too late for regrets. Nice control. You're good at driving.
I'm not. What's that?
Anyone ever told you that your driving stability needs some work?
Any suggestions I don't consider
What is
are
that?
filed under never heard of it.
Did we just get bubble tea or something? Where did that come from? In the middle of a pursuit is crazy. The car emerges from the tunnel and races through the streets into the killing zone. Please don't tell me you went for a joyride earlier.
I didn't. I just grabbed a bite to eat.
Ah, maybe he bought it before we got it. That makes way more sense. You had a meal?
I couldn't get what I actually wanted, so I had to settle for the next best thing.
Come to think of it, I rarely encountered any wanderers while searching for the masked people. I guess someone was helping me from the shadows after all. But Silas doesn't look like he enjoyed his food. How were the wanderers? Delicious?
They were so unpalatable that it's not even funny.
He eats protocols, I think. I'm not sure. Aw, poor little Silas gonna get a tasty treat.
Not only am I picky, but I have an enormous appetite.
I playfully shake my milk tea. It's milk tea, guys! Yeah, our favorite. Even though you were starving, you still bought me this.
Isn't it common courtesy not to show up empty-handed?
I pull up from the live feed. The participant count in the top right shows the number 2. That means Silas and I are the only ones left. The gold coin markers flash on the map, but we ignore them. We're heading straight for the arena in the center of the area. Do you really have another way to get in?
Yeah.
So what's in the arena is the Gaia Research Center, where we are hoping we can find our origin story. In the distance, we see a barrier formed by the interwoven blue and orange lights. Instead of slowing down, Silas steps on the gas and the car is going to charge into it.
Hold on tight.
I'll hold on to you tight. Vroom, vroom! As soon as we hit the barrier, violent energy tears our vehicle apart. It's going to be turned into heavy chunks of scrap metal. No! The nice car! Hi, Abang! Thank you so much for the raid! Welcome in, Abang and friends. How is Overwatch 2? I hope you guys had an awesome stream so far. We're approaching a very exciting part of the stream where we are at the tail end of the first chapter. We won the Zoyan hunt, which is like a Hunger Games type thing that happens in this area of the world. And now we're trying to find our origin story in this place that we're heading straight for. Silas uses this as an opening. With his e-ball, he tears open the barrier. Your other way to get in was crashing into it?
What? It worked, didn't it?
Silas pulls me to my feet in one fluid motion. I take a moment to steady myself before looking at our surroundings. The arena is bathed in dazzling blue light and orange light, the same ones that were part of the barrier. The spectator stands are filled with floating holographic screens. A luminous path extends beneath our feet. It leads to a central area where several metallic platforms stand beneath floating crystal structures. There must be some kind of mechanism here that will let us go underground. When we approach this part of the arena, we don't find any mechanism. However, a peculiar spot on the central platform catches my eye.
Under normal circumstances, the gold coin would be the key to go underground and meet our Lord of Charon.
But this can't be considered normal circumstances.
There's always more than one way to beat a game.
Is there?
Besides, it doesn't matter if you have the gold coin. The Zoian hunt stopped being fair a long time ago, kitten.
Oh? Oh, nice! Wow, that is lots of games. How long did you stream for? Sounds tiring. If you have to go out for any after stream clear, please feel free to, okay? He taps the ground with his foot.
Listen.
I can't hear anything, but I sense faint metaflux fluctuations.
Maybe we can do this.
Yeah, the ferryman. Black-red energy particles seep into the ground. A few seconds pass before the metaflux reading suddenly spiked to dangerous levels. The ground rumbles and a horizontal crack appears in the central area to reveal a massive creature underneath. It quickly opens its eyes and leaps. It's a wanderer! Oh, it's fighting time, guys. The wanderer is encased in a massive shell. It instantly releases a powerful burst of metaflux. Does the M109 zone prepare these kind of surprises for every Zoian hunt?
Of course not. I suspect this grand spectacle is their idea of a welcome party for honored guests from afar.
8 hours is a long time, Abang. Who's trying to mess with us this time? What do they want?
I don't care. I've had enough of this game. And its endless amount of rules.
He stands at the edge of a raised platform as black-red mist spirals up from his arm. It engulfs his entire body.
Let's end this once and for all.
Let's. Alright. It's battle time, guys. You'll get to see. Thank you, Abang. Thank you so much. Okay, let's go. We should be able to auto battle. Oh, we've definitely fought this guy before.
We shouldn't underestimate it.
Let's attack it together. You can decide when.
I'll make sure they're dead. It's your turn.
Okay, if you say so. I guess it's gonna fight dirty.
Silas.
It can't escape. Let's attack it together. You can decide when. It's your time to shine.
Let's go!
You're too close. That's mine.
It's your turn.
Okay, if you say so.
You won't escape. We're covered already.
This should be pretty easy,
How
guys.
tiresome.
We're halfway there. Let's attack it together. You can decide when.
I mess with the visuals of this game. It's really good.
Look
Even
out.
the battle mechanics are quite fun. So all the cards that you collect. So typically I'll only stream the story parts of it.
That's more
But
like it.
the battle part can be quite challenging and fun too. Okay, we can't do anything about
What
this
a
for
nice
now.
punching bag.
Okay, let's go.
Let's attack it together. You can decide when. It's your time to shine. Ready?
Let's go.
I was born ready.
Let's
Silas.
Okay, last health bar. Let's get him all the way down.
Are you up for a
There we
joyride
go.
later?
Where do you want to
Easy.
take me?
Guess.
Easy. Easy 3-star chat. MC has a voice actor, but you can change the pitch as well. So, do all the boys really talk that much during the fights? Yeah. Okay, next one. Bloody Carnival. The Bloody Carnival plays out on every corner of streets of Sharon. To carve out any chance of survival here, one must eliminate the endlessly emerging wanderers. Okay. Let's build a Silas team. That just seems like the natural thing. Okay. All right. Where's all my Silas cards? Let's go, baby. I'm modified the pitch so it's a bit higher. Let's go.
It's time to get moving.
Oh, okay.
Stay on your toes. It's changing how it attacks. Watch out. It's gonna attack.
My turn.
This will...
Take this!
It's time to serve the main course.
We crushed them.
Yeah, because we're like level 80 and these monsters are like level 12. Nice. Free diamonds, guys. Okay, we have more. Shrieks of wanderers pierce through the walls, echoing from the darkness. Danger silently closes in from all sides. Okay. I'm gonna continue using Silas's, because that's the weakness element that we're going for. And it just makes sense since he's the main boy of this part of the story. Let's go.
Are you prepared to keep up with me?
You're the one who should be keeping up.
In early game, when I first started playing, there were genuinely some story chapters that were quite difficult.
Let's settle this in one fell swoop.
He has grandpa energy, I'm not gonna lie.
Take this!
It's time to serve the main.
Your plan worked again.
With you here, I only need one plan.
Alright, I think that's all, maybe? It's okay, the players call him daddy too, true? Oh, one more. Okay, wow. This one might be the boss battle. I can see why, Ayo.
It's time to get moving.
Ah, it is the boss battle, guys. So, boss battles, some of them have specific tactics. This one, I think, just means we have to time our attacks and dodge.
You're the one who should be keeping. Take this!
Should be quite easy though. It's a level 20 monster.
There's plenty to
You know
go
what? Yeah,
over.
that took nothing.
Joyride later?
Where do you want to take
Dead
me?
energy,
Yes.
so true. We're breezing through these, but there are many stages or many battle elements in this game that are quite difficult. Alright, let's continue Silas's story over here. Welcome back. Welcome back. Interesting. As the proto field dissipates, the massive wanderer vanishes with it. The modified shell is still present when I fall to the ground. The arena's floor gives way because of the impact, and I plunge into the boundless darkness along with the debris. Ooh. My descent ends with a violent crash. Clouds of dust billow around me. My entire body feels shattered. Waves of pain slam into me. My right arm, I can barely move it. Please don't be broken. Clutching my stiff right shoulder, I squeeze through the cracks of the broken shell. A beam of light streams down through the hole above. It illuminates my position and reveals I'm in the middle of a towering corridor. Where's Silas? The floor was completely destroyed. I wonder if he also fell down. Silas? Spiral. Oh yeah, we do have that. Silas! No response. I hope he's okay. Suddenly, I feel a faint tremor in my chest. I whip my head toward the end of the corridor, and its source is there. The vibration is soothing, and it gradually syncs with my heartbeat. My feet start moving on its own. As if someone is pulling invisible strings, I'm drawn toward the darkness that lies ahead.
Active life form detected. Verifying identity. Welcome back. 0.
The sound system malfunction warps the announcement into eerie static. It echoes between the high walls of the corridor.
Welcome back, Researcher Wesley.
What?
Welcome back, Researcher Dimitri.
Huh? Dimitri? I'm surprised for a moment, but the name fails to stir any significant emotion. I knew he was someone important.
Welcome back, Researcher Josephine.
That's our grandma. As each name is announced, the system's voice becomes gentler. The empty corridor is seemingly filled with the shadows of people walking through it once again.
Congratulations on regaining consciousness. Subject 001. How are you feeling today?
The voice is quiet as though it's waiting for my response. Grandma's documents also revert to me as a subject, and this system addressed me with the numerical designation 001. It's me, right?
The following has been detected in the test subject's emotional state. confusion, weariness, and anxiety. Physical pain signals are also present. Subject 001. Do not be afraid. The nearest researcher is located in the observation room for demonstrations. You are currently 126 meters away.
So for context for those who are just tuning into the stream right now, I believe we are in the Gaia Research Center, which is where our MC grew up. And she, as well as we, are discovering her origin story now. We knew that our grandma was a researcher. We knew that we underwent experiments when we were kids, along with Caleb. So after Josephine left the organization, she took Caleb and I with her and adopted us. And then we grew up under her, leading a so-called normal life. So this is all new to us. We don't remember what happened here.
Guidance lights immediately to receive assistance.
It's like on an airplane, you know? A pale blue light materializes on the floor. Arrows pulsate one after another and beckon me to venture deeper into the facility. Well, as I walk, more passages branch out from both sides of the corridor. Deep Space Signal Analysis Lab, Cosmic Archaeology Archives, Genetic Extraction and Analysis Center. The Gaia Research Center's scope of scientific endeavors is far more extensive than I thought. I keep walking until I see Life in the Future Backtracker. Savior? Life from a higher plane of existence, emissary of the divine. That's Zane. Life from the ancient ocean, Lemurian civilization. Raphael? Don't tell me Raphael is also... The only one that we're not so certain of in this timeline is the emissary of the divine, which is Zane, who is the foreseer and someone who served a higher power. The labels point to different corridors, and each corridor houses a unique specialized research team. Finally, I spot the sign for the Unicorn research team. It's pointing to the most prominent door at the end of the corridor. My heart pounds in my chest. The truth I've been waiting for is within reach, yet I'm hesitant. I'm suddenly afraid of facing my past. Maybe this is a trap? But I've come too far to turn back now. I press my hand against the sensor in the center of the door. The resonance triggers a vibration and a blue light courses through the circuit. It illuminates the massive door that has been dormant for so long. The heavy metal doors slide apart, and its warm light pours in. I turn my head away and raise my hand to shield my eyes.
What game are we playing today?
In a dreamlike haze, I watch as a tiny girl runs past me and throws herself into the familiar embrace of a figure standing in the light. Grandma. I take half a step back and rub my eyes. The vision vanishes along with the warm light. Under the harsh blue LED lights, a figure stands between the doorway. They slowly turn to face me. You!
You're finally here. It's been a while, Subject 001. Our little bomb.
What? Little Bomb? That's a weird name. From greatness to madness. Now I gotta read through it, guys. I gotta know. Dimitri. So that's why everything here still works, even though it was abandoned for years. The real reason you're in Sharon is because you're guarding the research center?
Of course. This place holds the buried dreams of countless researchers, the seeds of world-changing discoveries. In addition,
Dimitri spreads his arms. It's somewhat of a dramatic, welcoming gesture.
it's where you were born. Your first home in this world.
I tighten my grip on the gun at my waist. I'm waiting for the next outrageous revelation.
Back then, the research team accompanied you every day. We raised you as if you were our own child. We believed you represented humanity's most intimate connection with deep space.
A flickering hologram appears behind him. Fragmented faces of figures huddled together manifest before dissolving into light and shadow. I don't recognize any of them, yet a warmth wells up in the depths of my heart.
After the Chrono Rift catastrophe, our team was disbanded. Many of us disappeared without a trace. I'm the only one who stayed here to keep watch. I knew you would return one day.
I feel like I need to change my
waiting
clothes. You already knew who I was when you saw me at Sharon.
Why, of course. I can recognize our most precious treasure anywhere. Your power is unique, after all.
He unconsciously moves half a step. Upon seeing me back away warily, his voice becomes even gentler.
Don't be afraid, my child. I've been waiting for you this whole time. I must atone for the sin I left behind.
I don't really trust him, though.
I know you have many questions. Go ahead. Ask them. I'll tell you everything you want to know.
It's lore drop time, guys. Seeing the sincerity in his eyes, I hesitate. Should I ask him a question? I might be close to the truth this time. I need to hear what he has to say. Oh, we don't get to choose here, too. You said I was born here. Why don't you tell me what happened back then?
While not an ancient beginning, it was still sacred nonetheless.
Yeah, go for it. Oh. A hologram of an energy graph depicting the process of planetary evolution appears in the center of the ruins. Planets are born, and eventually they die. Then they're reborn only to die again. Visibly moved, he stares at the floating data curves on the display.
It's a beautiful cycle.
I asked about my origins, not humanity, so you don't have to start from when the Earth was formed.
You think this is the life cycle of a planet? It's not. It's a representation of your life, your power.
Is he crazy? Go on.
You are Ever's most wonderful, most magnificent creation!
A blank expression appears on my face. I can't even pretend to play along anymore. But Dimitri doesn't care about whether his audience is responding or not.
It began in 2034, when humanity received a faint signal from deep space. Once it was decoded, it revealed a story about a planet's quest for immortality. An ordinary planet achieved immortality by harnessing an inexhaustible cosmic energy source. They inspired us. And so, we conducted an experiment using collisions to recreate this inexhaustible cosmic energy. After several failed attempts, one proved to be a success. The energy manifested. However, no one expected it to appear inside a child's body. And that child was you. The powerful energy fluctuations we were waiting for, they came from you. The power was impossible to analyze and measure. It only grew stronger as time passed. It grew like a planet and reached its peak on day 27. Then it started to decay on day 36. On day 41, it disappeared.
What?
Dead. Then, it was followed by an explosion.
Okay.
But shortly after, your power reconstituted itself and began to grow once again, just like a planet.
So what you're saying is MC can die and reborn endlessly? But that was just a couple days. I'm surprised that we're like 20-something years old now.
Therefore, we believe the power of the Aether core within your body is equivalent to the energy of a planet.
Okay. They said that it appeared in me, and then I died, and then exploded and reconstructed myself. What? With growing intensity, his gaze gradually shifts from the hologram to me. It's as if he's seeking my confirmation. No, the energy just disappeared. Ah. Fascinating. I can't help but let out a scornful laugh. So you're saying I could destroy and rebuild everything on a whim? Is that why you're telling me this? You want me to help you destroy the world? Dimitri's outstretched arms are slowly lowered as a look of dejection appears on his face.
I don't blame you for being skeptical. Even we who witnessed your birth firsthand were at a loss. We didn't know if we should let you grow up like a normal person or use you as a resource. Would this immense power lead to catastrophe?
It probably would. Ah, there goes that caring facade. Took you long enough. Referring to this place as my first home and talking about magnificent creation, in the end it was about making a massive profit. Even in the ramblings of a madman, fragments of truth lie hidden beneath insanity. From his words, I can piece together whatever wanted to obtain via unicorn. They desired a new kind of energy that was far more powerful and plentiful than Earth's natural resources and protocore energy. Maybe that was when Ever set their sights on the ether core.
You have no idea what kind of temptation lay before us back then.
While Dimitri is engrossed in his fervent monologue, I keep an eye on his unstable state. I also use this as an opportunity to examine the laboratory.
We had countless debates. The Chrono Rift catastrophe struck when we were in the middle of our endless back and forth. And then it happened. It will always be the most regrettable thing I've ever done. I can never make up for it in this life.
There's growing concern about his mental state happening in me right now.
My career, my dreams, my colleagues. Those days we spent to achieve our goal.
Something's wrong with him. Even MC's picking up on it. She's like, he's a bit cuckoo bananas, guys. My gaze quickly shifts from the control panel some distance away from Dimitri. I discreetly get ready to use my eval.
It's over. It's truly over!
Seemingly drowning in penitence, Dimitri falls to his knees and triggers a hidden mechanism. A surge of energy rises from below. The large laboratory begins to shake as the rails rattle. Wait, it's not the laboratory that's shaking. Sensing movement beneath my feet, I quickly back away, but I slam into a wall instead of finding the door. A massive curved glass panel had silently descended behind me, its cold surface blocks my escape route. I barely pull out my gun when curved glass panels, previously suspended above and diagonally in front of me, descend. The panels are about to create the perfect cage. I'll be stuck inside the spherical chamber like an insect preserved in amber. It's a mechanical trap. I walked into the jaws of a beast as soon as I stepped into the laboratory doors.
Go on now! Fix our mistakes! Go on! Go!
I don't even know what you want me to fix, old man. You gotta be a bit more comprehensive. With steady hands, I slip a small explosive charge into the last remaining gap before glass panels seal themselves. Then I get down to the ground as fast as I can. Shockwaves reverberate throughout the spherical chamber. A strong force strikes my head. In spite of the pain, however, I hear the rails get jammed for a split second. I charge towards the explosion site without a second thought. Using my momentum, I smash my gun against the area where the glass panels meet. The impact forcibly opens a narrow gap barely half a palm wide. I immediately raise my gun to shoot. The bullets hit the area near Dimitri's feet, but they fail to stop whatever switch he activated. I aim my gun at him. A familiar energy emanates from the darkness behind Dimitri. As he stands up, my instincts scream at the new threat. I open fire. The bullets hit him, but he seems unfazed as he pulls out the weapon and aims it at me. The powerful blast sends me flying and crushes what little chance of survival I had been desperately clinging to. Okay. Chaos, agony, the freezing cold. My body feels like it's being crushed. I must have blacked out for a bit. Fighting through the pain racking my body and the taste of blood, I force myself to get up inside the glass sphere. On one knee, I struggle to catch my breath. Below me lies a metallic floor made from an unknown material, and above me looms an inverted glass chamber. The familiar sight triggers a flood of memories. This is the Deepspace collision chamber. I was imprisoned here before.
Stop struggling, Chuck.
The voice pierces through the thick glass. The collision chamber has already been activated and it's now floating 6 feet off the ground. Dimitri stands below and the controller in his hand is stained with blood.
I already obtained the current data on your eval while you were in the battle.
He raises a chip in his hand.
Once I insert this into the chip reader, the equipment to completely neutralize your energy.
Although there's a gentle smile on his face, the hate in his gaze twists it into something grotesque. Disgusted, I turn away and try to concentrate on resonating with the collision chamber's energy source. I can't resonate with it. How is that even possible?
Go. Return to where you came from. You never had a place in this world. Humans who foolishly try to control a power as great as yours will only bring disaster upon themselves. The Chrono Rift catastrophe and the Wanderers. It was all because of our greed. We should have never greed.
With the hands that stained this world in sin,
What?
I'll put an end to it.
I don't know if destroying me is gonna take away all the after effects, but I stand up while using the glass door support, wall as support, yet vertigo hits me. Air is being drained out of the chamber. The pressure suddenly drops and the air in my body rapidly expands. At this rate, my lungs might rupture before anything else kills me. I hate to admit it, but I feel like I'm getting a sense of deja vu. My body recognizes this feeling before my mind does. Muscle memory is sending me a warning. It won't be long until I lose control of my limbs. I won't be able to feel anything, and my strength, even my thoughts, will slow down and fade into oblivion. That was who I used to be. I won't sit here and wait to die. My thoughts are sluggish as I watch myself in slow motion. I draw my weapon, struggling to raise my arm. I pull the trigger and cause an explosion, but the energy burst from my weapon is absorbed by the active collision chamber. It can convert energy into fuel for its power source. My vision blurs. Not only is my strength being drained, but my body is also becoming numb. The glass chamber reflects the cold laboratory lights. They sketch out the fragmented memories. It's the same collision chamber that I was violently thrown into as a child.
Those monsters and that cosmic void in the sky. It's all because of you. You are this world's calamity. We should have destroyed you years ago.
I've experienced this before. It was him at the time too. And he's thinking the same thing will happen. Won't the cycle repeat itself? I don't know. The contorted faces of the young man begins to merge with Dimitri's very wrinkled face below. Then I lose my sense of direction.
Since that day, I've been the only one who is determined to destroy you. I will finish what I started, and
This lunatic.
Be gone! Go!
I refuse to let this maniac kill me. As powerful resonance resounds and builds within the chamber, it syncs up with the tremors deep within my heart. I desperately try to maintain control. I'm attempting to seal the weak spots the echoes create, but I'm fighting a losing battle. What resonates energies hums and shatters invisible chains. My consciousness breaks free from its physical cage and my soul rapidly surges forth. My consciousness disperses with the energy burst. Countless reverberations echo across this planet. And from deep space, a mysterious connection descends. My awareness gradually fades as my body feels weightless. The ethereal eye opens once more and it devours me completely this time. What am I? In boundless darkness, I drift through the cosmos. It's like I'm a part of it. I am the cosmos. I see a planet on the brink of destruction, and the different paths it could take. Some explode like tiny fireworks before their life could even begin. Others are further along on their journey, however, all of them perish. At the end of their lives, each planet collapses inwards, a tiny core takes its place. The one born from destruction, the Origo core. It silently floats in space. An energy stirs from its slumber. Cosmic strings resonate with it, space-time twists and stretches. Everything and nothing has changed. The Origo core descends upon a planet nearing collapse. This is probably Philo, where Xavier's from. It's waiting for the end and its own birth. What? All the sensations in my body disappear at the scene before I gradually fade into darkness. Suddenly I hear a strong heartbeat and feel a warm power flow through me. It's a fragment from another place and time, yet it brings a familiar presence. Everything that was lost returned to me. At first, they're just blurry images reminiscent of scattered flickering stars in my mind. But as time passes, these images start to become clear. They slowly become and form vivid tangible scenes. Complete with sounds, textures, temperatures, and even the faintest presence, they're full and real of life. Unfamiliar fragments connect into a single unbroken thread. Those past experiences, emotions, choices, missions. Once again, they cross the barriers of time and space, carefully weaving themselves into the fabric of my existence and become a part of me. Another theory that some people have is that MC has lived all these different lives, right? Because she's in the cosmos. So there's a theory that she has lived all these different lives with the different leaves through the different cards that we collect. But I don't know. We're still a main story timeline here. Let's go to the next one. Dust of Memories. Oh yeah, I'm super into this. Ooh! I suddenly break through the downpour of memories and my vision refocuses. The familiar black-red mist envelopes the area and I'm shielded from the falling rocks and steel beams. Meeting my stunned gaze, Silas relaxes his furrowed brow. An amused smile appears on his face.
Nice explosion, little bomb.
Silas.
This place is collapsing. Give me your hand.
The hand reaching out to me now overlaps with the memory of the same hand, breaking through the barrier many years ago. Fragmented memories flood my mind, but there's no time to dwell on them now. I force my aching arm to move and grab his hand. Silas yanks me out of the wreckage in one fluid motion. He secures his grip on my arm as he crouches.
Keep your eyes open this time, kitten. Watch how we escape and remember it well.
So these lines are telling me that he has rescued us from this situation before, but we did not remember it the first time. Overwhelming power lifts him up. It manifests behind him like a fiend that crushes all obstacles in its way. Its wings have blocked out the heavens. We soar past the crumbling debris and fly away from the depths. Thunderous explosions echo below. I gotta change clothes again. Oop. Standing at the edge of the arena, I finally see the full extent of destruction caused by my uncontrolled energy burst. The entire central area has collapsed. Only a bottomless pit remains and its edges crumbling away. I leave Silas aside as the strange detached sensation gradually fades. Dimitri, bound by the tendrils of black-red mist, is thrown down before us.
Our deal is complete. Now surrender your soul.
Monster!
There are two of us here. Who are you referring to?
His unfocused gaze can no longer locate his enemy as he desperately claws at the mist coiling around his neck.
The terms of our deal haven't been fulfilled.
I don't know anything about this deal, so I'm just listening right now.
I only agreed to bring her before you. Foolishness and arrogance aren't valid reasons to breach our contract.
Silas violently grabs Dimitri by the collar. The mist swiftly coils around the former researcher's neck.
You underestimated how much she's grown. Look at you. Thinking she's still the little girl whose life you held carelessly in your hands. Like every gambler who overestimates themselves, you are not as clever as you think you are.
What is this timeline? So Silas has helped us before, formed a contract with him when we were a child. He's seen us grow up, sort of. Or at least kept us away from danger or something? Until now? I don't know. I'm still wrapping my head around this, just like MC.
I know who's behind the antimatter.
Without contemplation's laugh, Silas forcefully turns Dimitri's head to face me.
Get a nice long look. It'll be your last. And do your best to remember the person who brought about your downfall.
There's no point remembering if he's gonna die. Not like me, I die and
with a
revive.
smile for us. All right?
That's a crazy line. Oh my gosh. Okay. As Dimitri screams and bodies are swallowed by black-red mist, I turn my gaze to the center of the arena. One after another, muffled explosions resound underground. This place will be gone after today. It won't appear anytime soon. The laboratory that was never meant to exist might hold a few childhood memories. I might have cried in some corner or laughed in front of a platform. Perhaps I made those researchers who saw me as an otherworldly specimen believe I was just a normal child for a moment. Or maybe none of that ever happened. But it doesn't matter anymore.
How much do you remember?
A lot, but it's all jumbled up. I ignore whatever happened to Dimitri and look at Silas. That deal you made with him, was it when I escaped from the research center?
Yeah.
Did you bring me here so I could remember everything? He doesn't look at me. Instead, he speaks as if he's addressing the darkness beneath his feet.
You would have done this sooner or later. That's just who you are.
Then shouldn't you be worried about my power destroying you and this world?
Should I be?
I stare at his profile to emphasize my point. Right now, I can't control my power when it fully manifests. Assuming it happens again, everything here might be destroyed, like my soul. With a slight smile, Silas shakes his head. He raises his hand and draws my attention to something. A familiar linkage materializes between our wrists to bind us together.
Sorry, but your soul doesn't have the privilege of leaving whenever it wants. I will keep you bound to me for all of eternity. Our connection transcends this place and this world.
Oh, I just got chills. You know why? Because in Silas's dragon myth story, when he so-called passes on as the dragon, our curse to him was that his soul may never leave us. So there are parallels between main story and the card stories that we've experienced prior. I didn't think they would bring that into the main story though. And I've never been more happy that my soul cannot leave, genuinely. Adding this to my favorite lines ever.
So, are you done looking around?
I guess there's nothing else to see. Silas nods and turns to leave. As his arm moves, the linkage forces our steps to be in perfect sync.
We're done here. Let's go home.
Let's go home. In the vast cosmos, my power has no starting point or destination. It appeared when the universe was created. It's a fundamental law etched into the fabric of existence. At some point, a force, weak yet unbreakable, began to bind me, and with it came an endless fall. Ooh. Are we going through the birth canal? What's going on? In a majestic arena floating among nebulae, a boy and girl stand. Soaked in blood, they're greeted by thunderous cheers. When it comes to killing wanderers, Silas and I have perfect coordination.
You're not going to team up with me this time?
I hate teammates who try to steal my points.
Then, what do you hate more? Teammates who steal your points? Or teammates who can't keep up with you?
Is that young Silas? You're so annoying. If you steal my points again, I'm throwing you into Tartarus.
Okay.
Give me your hand. We're a team now.
Yeah.
Disconnected scenes flash by in random order. Sometimes they're blurry and hazy, other times they're crystal clear. As time marches on, the deep space tunnel, vast and capable of tearing apart any form of energy, separates us. The memories dissolve into my current reality. Images overlap. I recognize the figure before me, but he's now tall and imposing. He descends with fierce pride. Below the sky, he materializes before me. In the destroyed laboratory, he silently stares at the collision chamber before smashing through its barriers with his fist. That's Silas, no doubt. He's the only Lee that uses his fist like that. There's so much to register with this lore drop, guys. Ah! Are we home? Please, I need a break. In that timeless N109 zone, I fall into a deep, dreamless slumber. When I finally open my eyes again, it takes me a while to reorient myself. I stare at the intricate patterns on the ceilings for a long time, before a single fact slowly dawns on me. I'm alive. As if a switch had been flipped, I finally become aware of my surroundings. Outside, a distant roar of gunfire and artillery resound while music plays nearby. Didn't the Zoyan hunt end? Mephi, what are you? I sit up and look around. Mephisto is perched on the bedside table. He bobs his head under Silas's finger like a chick pecking at grain. Why are you here?
Shouldn't you be asking that to the person who carelessly fell asleep?
Oh. I raise my hand but don't see the familiar linkage. Massaging my temples, I realize my distant memories have started to blur with reality. How long was I out? Don't tell me it's been 4 or 5 days.
You would have starved to death in that case.
Silas is lounging in a small armchair next to the bed. He's looking out the window. Several gemstones, 3 glasses of wine, and a marker are scattered across the nearby cabinet, small table, and floor.
It's morning. And more importantly, it's been 3 days since the Zoyan hunt ended. Overtime is almost over.
A terrifying explosion resounds in the distance. Seconds later, the windows rattle from the shockwave. The arena is in ruins. Why would anyone still fight to be its owner?
For certain people, that place still has important stuff. And with Dimitri out of the way, their battle will be more ruthless.
Silas's gaze is still focused on what's happening outside. His hair swaying because of the shockwaves, he maintains an aloof attitude. Curious about what he's looking at, I get out of bed and approach the window, but I can't even make it there before settling into a small armchair. I nudge Silas so he can make room. What's going on? My whole body feels weak. It's like I've been thrown into space and had to orbit Earth 3 times. You didn't hit me when I was asleep, right?
Between the two of us, you'd be the one to do that.
Did I hit you when I was sleeping? Silas holds up 2 fingers and glances at my right hand.
Twice.
I had no idea. I was dreaming the entire time. Maybe I got too excited. Silas finally turns to face me. He gently takes my wrist and gives it a light shake. We're in the same bed. Hee.
Are you well rested now?
More or less.
Let's go then.
Mephisto takes this chance to sneak away, snatch an empty wine glass, and fly out the window. Silas stands and stretches before picking me up.
Time to eat.
Let's go! I deserve a good meal after all that adventure. It isn't until Silas makes me sit at the dining table that I realize just how hungry I am. I devour everything in sight until I'm stuffed. Strength gradually returns to my weary limbs, and I start to feel clear-headed. I slowly finish the last of my juice, then I carefully nudge Silas's leg under the table to let him know I have a question.
I see you're disregarding table manners, kitten.
I was worse during our first meal together. Isn't it a little late to start worrying about etiquette? Something cries out near the window. Mephisto, who had been absent during the meal, taps on the glass and squeezes through the gap. He drops a dark-colored object into my hands. What's this? What is this, a flash drive?
A biometric key from the Gaia Research Center.
I tighten my grip on it. Really? Then what are those people really fighting over? Silas pauses as he holds his drink. It's as if he's unsure about how to respond. Yes, he calls us Kitten, and he's the only voice actor that can call me Kitten without me cringing, okay?
We'll talk when you're more sober.
You're also one of the contestants doing overtime? When did you...
Luke and Kieran are more than capable of dealing with those fools.
Ah, they must be having fun. The key shows signs of age, and someone has scratched off its identification number. It's impossible to tell which researcher served its original owner. Processing the key means having authority over the abandoned Gaia Research Center, even though it's nothing but ruins now. A wisp of black mist creeps up the back of my hand, forces its way between my fingers, and tries to take the key away. Hey, Silas?
That's my trophy. Give it back.
You just letting me look at it? Silas stretches his long legs to push his chair. He leans back against it as he uses his index finger to guide the mist. It's still pulling on the key. Dismissing the idea of letting it go, I clutch the key with both hands and lunge towards him like a sparrow drawn to a grain of rice.
Your theft techniques are getting sloppier by the day. Are you going to headbutt me to death before you loot my body?
No.
Sit.
I'm not letting you have this. Silas has me rest against him, and when he sees me still holding the key with both hands, he laughs.
You're a persistent thief.
Since you've already shown it to me, I can borrow it at some point, right? You're very generous.
You had a nice meal and are on your way to a full recovery. Yet the first thing you do is come up with a plan to steal my stuff.
I'm gonna be honest, I love that Silas MC's dynamic is that she's a bit of a little shit. I love it. I'm not doing that. He's not insisting on taking the keys back, so I secretly breathe a sigh of relief and change the subject. I decided to talk about my more recent dreams. I wanted to ask you something ever since I woke up, but you kept steering the conversation in another direction. I saw us fighting wanderers in some kind of interstellar arena. Do you know anything about that?
What else did you see?
My gaze drifts from my hands to his shoulder, and then the light reflected from the wine dancing on the wall. I continue in a softer voice. We fought countless wanderers and monsters that looked like modified humans. Then we were the only ones left in the arena. The crowd went wild and screamed for us to fight each other to the death. It doesn't matter where you are in the cosmos. Every gladiatorial area created by intelligent life abides by the same rule. There can only be one victor, so...
Either I kill you, or you kill me.
I sit up straight and touch the corner of his eye. I'm searching for the hidden color in his right eye. But when we faced each other, you didn't attack. Instead, you took my hand and asked if I wanted to escape together. The nebula was more chaotic than an abyss. I didn't see how it ended. Did we manage to escape?
What do you think?
He brings his empty wine glass closer and presses its cool surface against my forehead.
If we hadn't, then who exactly are you looking at right now?
We're pretty special, huh?
Speaking of which, you never doubted yourself, or worried about my capabilities for that matter.
And then you went through hell and back, barely escaped with your life, and arrived at the M109 zone before it fell?
More or less. Have you ever considered that me landing in the N109 zone wasn't a coincidence?
It's because of the Gaia Research Center? Silas remains nonchalant. I found some documents in the corridor of the old facility. The Unicorn Research Team, or rather the Gaia Research Team Center, as a whole, was attempting to re-establish contact with Deepspace. The Unicorn researchers wanted to recreate a powerful cosmic energy source which would exist within me as the ether core.
Do you believe what Dimitri said?
Not all of it, but I don't have a testimony from anyone who knows more than him. Strip away the outlandish claims and his message is actually quite simple. I possess destructive power. Trying to keep my thoughts from dwelling on Dimitri's fanatical declarations, I turned Silas's glass in my hand. Something weird happened in the collision chamber. I was about to lose consciousness. This planet, the starry sea above us, and the depths of deep space that are invisible to the naked eye, they all seem to have some kind of force that resonates with me. Were those things ether cores or something else? Now when I think about the deep space tunnel in the sky, I feel like I've gained an understanding that goes beyond what's currently known about it. It's not the source of all disasters, it's a bridge connecting us to civilizations more superior than humanity's. Maybe Dimitri wasn't lying. It's possible I have the power to destroy everything. My thoughts travel through that darkness in the collision chamber and how I sank into an overwhelming strength. It's strong enough to erase an entire planet. What lies dormant inside me is powerful and uncontrollable. Suddenly, a hand grasps my chin. My gaze lands on Silas' disinterested expression.
When I pulled you out of the giant glass tank, you looked like you were in so much pain that you wanted to die. If it really hurts, then stop. Don't force yourself.
I could kiss him right now.
And don't ever make that face again while you're at it.
Don't make me make that face again, then. I look directly into his right eye. The mesmerizing ether core within it remains tranquil, and my racing thoughts slowly calm down. You always pull me back, right? Just like before. Whoosh! Are you mad? I didn't do anything. I look up at him expectantly. Silas stays silent for a moment, then he appears interested. Grabbing my hand, he leads me outside.
No, but you slept for too long. I'm bored.
So where are you dragging me off to? Do you want to have some fun?
I'll help you get used to wielding devastating power. That way you'll be a bum who doesn't always think about self-destruction.
Hmm? What? Are we doing some training right now? We enter a familiar dimly lit room. Silas helps me over the X-shaped gaming pod. He puts the hologram helmet over my head. As the pod slowly closes, my body tenses. Silas taps on the glass. Although I can't hear anything outside, I read his lips. Now come, conquer everything in your path, starting with me. Game time! Is this a new minigame? Or is it just battle time? Well, let's go!
It's time to get moving.
Whoa! That's a new boss! Oh wait, no, it's not. We fought that one before.
Are you prepared to keep up with me? Don't rush in carelessly.
Take this!
It's time to serve the main course.
There's plenty to go around. I can still go on.
I go.
I guess it's gonna fight dirty.
Wow, I really have to dodge with this one. Usually I'm at the higher level, so I don't have to, but...
That's more like.
Take this! I've gotten too used to it. The perfect date, fighting monsters with your partner. Exactly!
It's your turn.
Okay.
When you perfect dodge, they can attack at extra time.
Bring it on. Silas.
It can't escape.
Oh, phase 2!
Where are you going?
This is where we can get it into a weak state.
It's time to serve the main course.
There's plenty to go around. Eat this!
We're halfway there.
It won't take long for us to be done. Silas, are you okay?
It's just a scratch, I'm fine.
Take this!
It's time to serve the main course. It's your time to shine. It's time for an energy storm.
Level everything to the ground.
It's time to meet your...
Aren't we becoming more in sync by the second?
Wasn't it obvious?
Nice! 3 stars. We might have a few more battle missions. Towards the end of every chapter, usually they have like... Oh, okay. We just had one. That's fine by me. After matching wits with Silas for 47 rounds, my heavy eyelids forced me to be the ones to call it quits first. 47 rounds is crazy! Dang, we got stamina to game. I slept so deeply that when I woke up, I found myself in my own bed. I'd been moved there and didn't even stir once. Was I really that exhausted, or do I trust him too much? I massaged my throbbing temples as I recalled the information I received during our break last night. Silas's curiosity was piqued by those mysterious anti-matter weapons, and he decided to investigate their origin. Luke and Kieran were equally thrilled. They rubbed their hands together as if to say, we finally have something fun to do. Given the usual efficacy of Onakainus' leader, that mysterious hunter will soon cross paths with an all-little group consisting of a boss man, 2 troublemakers, and their crow. As for the key found in the ruins of the Gaia Research Center, will it unlock the secrets of a hidden past, or take me down another path that leads into an unknowable future? Either way, that's what I have to investigate next. I look around the room to find every curtain has been drawn shut with great precision. Not even the smallest sliver of light can get in. My place got turned into a cave, basically. Only he'd do that. I walk to the window. As soon as I pull back the curtains, blinding light floods my vision. As far as the eye can see, a cold radiance has engulfed the city. A blanket of snow covers every building. It's snowing in Lincoln? Oh, this must be linked to the mysterious white-haired boy. 1 week later, back at work, I see. For a while, I've been investigating my past and uncovering Ever's secrets. And now this ever-changing, precarious world seems to face an unprecedented crisis. Protofield disturbances, climate anomalies. Some say Earth's climate system is broken down and a disaster comparable to the Chronorift catastrophe is imminent. Others claim Earth is on the verge of collapse. All tectonic plates will shatter and thus human civilization will end. Yet among these discussions about the end of the world, Earth's collapse, and civilization's downfall, what actually descends upon Lincoln City is... a silent snowfall that transforms the city into a pure white expanse overnight. backtrackers, Lumeria. Everything is starting to make sense now. But what about the life of a higher plane of existence, the emissary of the divine? Tara!
Long time no see.
Hello, girl.
Back from your leave already? Captain Jenna said you had some personal matters to take care of. Is everything okay?
From my administrative leave, only Jenna knew about my visit to the ruins of the Gaia Research Center in the M109 zone. After hesitating for a moment, I shake my head and smoothly change the subject. I'm fine, you could say I went back home. By the way, have you heard of the term emissary of the divine before? It's supposedly connected to civilizations on a higher plane of existence. Among all the rampant doomsday theories, the concept of being watched by civilizations with higher dimensional beings is actually the easiest to understand.
It can mean a messenger who can communicate with godlike entities.
Even if they do exist, finding someone like that would be harder than finding aliens.
The sound of typing behind me suddenly stops. When I raise my head, I see Nero has come over to join the discussion.
And if those higher dimensional life forms aren't saying anything, well, even an emissary might not know they're one.
I've also heard that the next mass extinction might be just around the corner.
Nero silently rubs the area between his eyebrows. He's unconvinced.
Isn't that just propaganda spread by prototists to push for the development of protocore technology?
Not necessarily. In this vast, endless universe, who knows how many civilizations are locked in battle?
Why does she say that so happily? I don't know, but she's one of my favorite characters, personally. She's the very first person you encounter when you open and play the main story, so she has a very special place in my heart. When she texted us on New Year's this year, I got more excited than getting a message from any of the leads. Like, finally, my bestie's texting me! Amidst the ongoing discussion, my thoughts begin to wander. Maybe everything's our civilization is already approaching the limits of biological evolution, pursuing the transcendence of evolution to counter this supposed crisis. That might be their true objective.
As a side note, there were strange omens before the 2034 Chrono Rift catastrophe. A polar night was present for 3 consecutive days.
While conversing, everyone unconsciously turns to look at the heavy snow outside. It falls as if descending from the cosmos itself.
Regardless of whether Earth falls apart or the world ends, as long as the subway runs and wanderers exist. We need to fulfill our duties as hunters and protect this city.
I love Tara. Let's do that. I wish we would go on more missions with her. We always end up getting separated from her. Ooh. Chapter 8, when we are together. Ayo. It's 5 p.m. and a lecture titled Life's Boundaries is underway in Lincoln University's largest lecture hall. Aside from medical students from other departments have taken a seat to listen. In the packed lecture hall, the speaker stands. His back faces a projection of beating heart model and his authoritative voice is steady.
Life itself is not endless.
I gotta change clothes for this guy. I gotta wear proper clothes with Mr. Zane.
Life and death.
Dr.
Health and
Zane,
illness.
sorry.
These seemingly opposing concepts maintain the balance of life itself.
An inquisitive student raises her hand.
But with today's medical technology, we can potentially do gene editing, cellular regeneration, and even human modification. If immortality becomes achievable, why should we still accept death as the end of life?
She's definitely a protoist.
If we set aside morals and ethics, these technologies could make immortality possible. But this also means that our goal in the medical field has shifted from conquering disease to conquering death itself.
Zane's gaze sweeps across every face in the room, his tone remaining calm as usual.
To conquer disease is to extend life, but to conquer death is to control it. Can we still call ourselves humans after being modified and losing human characteristics? How do we even define human existence?
So, one part of the modification thing that stands out to me is also that in the Far Space Fleet, they have certain chips that they insert into the soldiers that do modify their behaviors and things. Caleb is one of them. He was implanted with a, what's that called? Herring chip or something. And in one of the side stories, we also implanted it into ourselves, but we ended up extracting it. So, I think those experiments are already underway with some societies. The Far Space Fleet is quite detached from Lincoln City though, so it's just different culture, different goals probably. A familiar figure appears. She quickly slips into the back row, her coat leaving a trail of melted snow on the floor. He quickly shifts his gaze and continues with his previous point.
Life can be extended, but the cycle of life and death should not be controlled.
Well answered, Dr. Zane. After the lecture ends, Zane is completely surrounded by eager students. I sit in the back row and wait as students file out behind me.
Did you see the news? How could they accuse Dr. Zane of disregarding human life and abandoning his patients? They're saying he has no ethics.
Who's slandering my boyfriend?
It all started when some government official's kid got diagnosed with protocore syndrome. They tried to use their family connections to pressure Dr. Zane into prioritizing their surgery.
SMH, dude. I can't believe it.
But he refused and went to treat another patient who needed more urgent treatment.
Oh. So that's why they're spreading all those nasty rumors about Dr. Zane online. What a piece of work.
As the students' conversations fade into the distance, I stop eavesdropping and nod in quiet agreement. Spotting a few reporters approaching the lecture hall, I catch Zane's eye and wave and silently mouth a sentence. Come here, Dr. Zane. Zane glances in my direction, nods, and makes his way through the crowd of students.
That will be all for today. Someone is waiting for me.
After helping Zane dodge the reporters, we leave the university and stroll through the snow-covered streets, bathed in evening golden light. You're good at making complex topics clear and accessible, Dr. Zane. If I were a few years younger, I'd sneak into your lectures every day.
Really? What was the second key point from the third section?
Faced with Zane's knowing smile, I sigh and turn to walk in the opposite direction.
Where are you going?
I need to find a time machine so I can hear your brilliant lecture from start to finish. 3, 2... Before I can finish my silent countdown, he grabs my hand.
Come back. I only saw you arrive near the end of the lecture. The time machine must have not been invented yet.
Oh, being with Zane is such a homely feeling, you know? Coffee in hand, I sit down on the roadside bench as Zane hands me a weathered envelope.
Here's the information you requested.
Oh? The wax seal on the envelope is still intact. The documents themselves have small creases. Exchanging documents while sitting on a bench. We're like those secret agents trying to save the world in the 008 movies.
Given what you've asked me to investigate, it is certainly a secret that concerns the fate of the world.
I'm a bit surprised. He's very popular, he is. But all of the leads are popular for different reasons, you know? So I feel like the Zane girlies, the Xavier girlies tend to be a bit more quiet about their love for their lead. I think the more outlandish fans are the kittens, who are Silas's fans. Because his stories are full of excitement, you know? And it gets you riled up, you know? There's just so much going on, very action-packed, and his voice is so sexy. From start to finish, even in the cards, it's always excitement with Silas. With Zane, it's not so much the action. There's a homeliness with Zane and a homeliness with Xavier. There's a bit more adventure with Xavier because we work together, but we have yet to see combat medic Zane in action, which is why I was so excited for the main story trailer when we got to see Zane fighting, because it's like the first time that I'm seeing it, at least. It's usually described, you know, that he's helping the patients or he does know how to fight, but we haven't seen it in action yet. So this is gonna be a first. I didn't know this was already a Zane chapter though, so once we complete the chapter 2, I'll probably stop because it's getting late, but I will try my best. I'll try my best to... Hold on. I'll try my best to continue it as soon as I can. I vaguely remember Zane mentioning Dr. Noah's Arctic expedition research, which might be connected. The cryptic patterns etched into the key seem to point toward the trace of a primordial civilization.
14 years ago, a research team ventured into the Arctic to study life's boundaries.
Is this the library that was mentioned a while back?
According to the surviving documents, the pictographs they recorded in the ice cave bear a striking resemblance to the patterns on the biometric key.
Really? Huh. That's very confusing. Why would they
Some
have a
members of the
correlation?
expedition team mysteriously disappeared. Others joined the Unicorn research team. Dr. Noah has a photocopy of the expedition journal. It's incomplete, but he hopes it can help you.
Signals from deep space, the ether core, the key. The clues form an intricate web in the darkness. It stretches across the boundaries of space and time. Almost unnoticeable, each strand is being woven into place. They're waiting for that singular moment when everything is taut. Please thank Dr. Noah for me. How's he doing? What about Pi and the others?
He and the animals are doing well. You remembered to ask about the animals, but have you forgotten something?
Have I forgotten something? It dawns on me. Do you need special attention too?
Do I look invincible to you?
Thinking about how rare our meetings and calls have been lately, I feel a twinge of guilt. So how has Zane been lately? Have you been sleeping well? Do you still have nightmares?
I'm doing well.
For some reason, my words elicit a soft chuckle from Zane.
You've already made time to pick me up after class. And since I'm on my way to work, why don't you walk with me? You can do it as you head back to the Hunters Association.
Yeah, let's have a walk. Traffic is at a standstill during the evening rush hour. Fortunately, Axel Hospital and the Association are within walking distance, so we decided to continue on foot. Snowflakes dance through the streets as the intersection's traffic light turn red. The flow of vehicles stop. Pedestrians pause on the sidewalks, their heads tilted upwards as they wait. They watch a massive holographic display flicker above the intersection.
Ever has officially launched the Fountain of Ate initiative.
Oh.
In addition, we urge all citizens to stay safe while traveling. If there's an emergency, please seek immediate assistance from the evil police or deep space hunters.
Something happened at Azure Square in Imperial Ring Park. They're saying the Alterum appeared or something.
Alterum?
No wonder the news keeps telling us to be careful lately. With one disaster after another in the...
I can't help but stifle a laugh. As the light turns green, traffic and pedestrians start moving
for
again.
Our final story, a medical controversy surrounding protocore syndrome has
Oh.
drawn widespread public attention.
Are doctors healing or killing? And the future of protocore syndrome. These sensational headlines drift past my ears in quick succession. Despite being at the center of this media storm, Zane doesn't even glance at the screen. I feel so calm and at ease with Zane, you know? The news keeps using the same stone-faced picture of you from Axel's hospital website. It's basically decades old at this point.
What? Are you tired of looking at it?
I was just thinking, if Dr. Zane had smiled even 1 pixel's worth in that photo, then maybe these rumors wouldn't have gotten far. Zane tilts his head as if he's playing along. He shows the tiniest hint of a smile. But no matter what challenges or criticism you face, nothing seems to shake your decisions or judgment.
What about you? Although you're not saying anything, I can tell something is on your mind. If it's a long story, well, this path might be short, but we can always turn around and walk some more.
Nothing ever escapes his notice, huh? After hesitating for a moment, I tell him about what happened to me in the N109 zone. This is the first time we're telling someone about the other
monsters
Lee.
And that cosmic void in the sky. It's
Or
all
did we
because
not
of
tell
you.
him about Silas? That would be crazy, right? To leave this other guy who was a huge reason why we're still alive. Tell me we told him about Silas. They're in the same timeline. The Gaia Research Center, the Unicorn Laboratory, the Collision Chamber, the spatium core I absorbed into my body. And not Silas? Okay. The man's final moments filled with resentment and rage remain vivid in my mind. I'm constantly reminded of one thing. Not Silas! Of course we didn't share it. We sneaky. Oh my god. MC! He'd be so mad if he knew another guy was in the picture. Dang. I don't belong in the world that I thought I knew so well.
So what you're saying is that they almost put you down in the N109 zone.
You didn't have to phrase it like that. He wanted to dispose of me like I was some kind of medical waste. Zane's lip curved into a slight smile as he tucks my cold fingers into his coat pocket. I'm walking down this path now. It's strangely surreal.
Are you more lost now? Or more certain?
I'm more more certain. At least now I know who I am and why everyone wants to use me. From now on, I'll have a better idea of what I'm hoping to achieve in my search of the Ether Core.
Yes, I believe you.
What if I end up destroying the world one day?
Give me a heads up before you do. I'll make sure to use up all my vacation days first.
Okay. At the last intersection, our brief walk quickly comes to an end amidst a crowd. After we cross the street, we return to our work and face the challenges that life has in store for us. A wave of sadness washes over me because we have to say goodbye already. I force myself to smile. Let's do our best, Zane.
Wait.
Just as I take my hand away from his, he catches it again. Then he pulls me closer and I'm almost completely enveloped in his coat. Looking down, I notice he's carrying his laptop bag and a simple, understated gift bag. He takes out a scarf from it. The soft fabric gives off a gentle, warm glow under the streetlight. Today's not even a holiday. Why do you have a gift for me?
I didn't have a good excuse. But after hearing about your rather fascinating origin story...
He slightly leans down and carefully wraps the scarf around my shoulder.
Let's call it a celebration of your arrival in this world.
A mix of uncertain emotions well up inside me. They gradually melt away with the warmth of his touch. Did you find time in your busy schedule to knit the scarf, Dr. Zane?
I picked it out. Is it not sincere enough?
He raises his hand to smooth my disheveled hair. The snowflakes that land on his forehead slowly melt away.
Whether it's ever or something else, the path you've chosen will be full of challenges. You'll encounter many people with ill intentions. But more importantly, you must be confident about your own choices. There are certain things that you can never take back.
In the vast expanse of snow, neither of us take a step forward. Then my first correct choice for today must have been seeing you.
Thank you for choosing me.
With 10 seconds left on the green light, he waves goodbye with his back turned before walking into the snowy, dusky blue twilight. I watch his figure disappear into the distance before tightening my grip on the documents that stick out like a sore thumb. Looking around the bustling intersection, I'm surrounded by a constant flood of noise and information. It seems every sound and flash of a screen pushes people toward their next split-second decision. With this key, I might finally unlock the secrets from 14 years ago. They all involve the Ether Core, or rather, my own secret. I take a deep breath and turn toward the street that will lead me to the association. Well, that was a really nice end to this chapter. And we're not at the end yet, so I guess we have one more. Chat, stick with me, okay? We're gonna finish. So, Death and Rebirth has 4 chapters. And I don't know how many chapters there are in each, but we're gonna finish at least 2 chapters today. I told you guys this will be a long one, alright? So we're 3 hours in, but this should be the last, if not second or third last, I don't know. Heavy snow falls steadily as the darkness settles earlier than usual. Standing tall in the heart of the city, Axel Hospital remains brightly lit as always.
Are doctors healing or killing?
Oh, please. Dr. Zane has plenty of connections.
Thank you for the water,
He's treated everyone from
Razor.
the mayor to gang members. Besides, Oxo Hospital has plenty of friends and reputable media outlets.
Hello.
If it comes down to a media war, no one can predict the winner.
Yvonne has such a calming voice. I could hear her talk all day.
You don't appear to be very busy.
Everyone instantly straightens up like soldiers at attention once they hear the familiar voice. Nervous, they greet Dr. Zane.
Grayson, contact Dr. Joel at XinChi Hospital and ask him to send over the files for those Protocore syndrome patients. We need to develop a new treatment plan for the patient with abnormal symptoms in bed number 12. They were transferred from the ER.
He's kind of like the head doctor, yeah?
Got it. I'll contact him right away.
We might see more cases with abnormal symptoms. With patients being frequently transferred from the ER, everyone needs to be on call.
After methodically delegating the remaining tasks, the staff watches as Zane disappears down the hallway.
Dr. Zane's composure is something else. He's not that much older than us, too. How is there such a huge gap?
Is Grayson the wingman? Grayson is a friend.
It's like the difference between gods and mortals. You can only admire him from afar. Come on, let's get back to work. The best way we can help Dr. Zane is by doing our jobs well.
We're just spectators. At 2:30 a.m., Zane gets into his car after finishing his work. A notification pops up on his phone. The hospital director approved his application for the medical research project. His phone rings. Zane glances at the screen. It's Dr. Noah.
Zachary just called. He said you want to join the Fountain of Otame research project?
Ever?
Yes.
This isn't surprising to Zane. He can already imagine the two Axel Hospital higher-ups discussing the matter.
Thank you for convincing the director, Dr. Noah.
When are you leaving?
Tomorrow.
You decided to do this after returning from Mount Eternal?
Silence fills the air in response, but the answer is already clear.
You make decisions surprisingly fast whenever it involves that incident. I can't tell if the past is a chain that binds you, or a force that drives you.
Zane lowers his gaze, his expression remaining perfectly unfazed. Not a single hint of emotion appears.
Perhaps it's both.
You're still young. You're not alone in this world. Don't try to shoulder everything by yourself.
Dr. Noah is very wise. Before hanging up, Dr. Noah purposefully lets out another exaggerated sigh. Zane lowers his phone, its light slowly becoming dim in the heavy darkness of the night.
With so many people behind me, I should be the one walking ahead, yes?
Oh, he seems so stressed out. Zane. At 3 in the morning, a lone car glides along the wet streets before coming to a stop in front of Maltosio. The store employees had just flipped the sign to close, but when they turn around, their final customer of the day greets them.
You're just in time, Dr. Zane. 1 minute later, and we would have been closed.
I'm sorry for coming in so late. I'll have 1 sea salt chiffon cake and 1 dark chocolate hazelnut brownie. Both of them to go.
Yes. He loves sweet
For
stuff.
the next month, could you please deliver 1 dessert each day to this address?
A whole month?
Is that our address?
You can't do it?
We can. It's just that you've already reached our highest tier for award points.
He's eaten so many sweets.
Anything else right now. Are you going on another trip, Dr. Zane?
Zane nods.
Please deliver the new menu items when they become available. Thank you.
Don't worry. I wrote down the address. Let me just confirm the customer's name one more time. This is the young lady, right?
He's sending us sweets every day of the month? That's so cute! That's actually so sweet. As he places the desserts on the passenger seat, he notices the snow has already accumulated. It's about 1 inch deep on the road. The car radio broadcasts tomorrow's weather report. Overcast skies with heavy snow again. Experts have yet to determine the cause of these unusual weather patterns. Zane lowers his head, opens his recent contacts, and carefully writes a message about his departure. As he imagined her reaction, he's embracing a revere, his features softening with a gentle tenderness. He always leaves us for business trips. After sending the message, he opens the notes on his phone. The most recent entry was made at 4 a.m. the day before yesterday. First dream. Second dream, Mount Eternal. Third dream, Mount Eternal, William. Fourth dream, chocolate potted jasmine gravestone monster. 14th dream, too fragmented, I can't remember anything clearly. Ever since he returned from Sanjia City, these nightmares have appeared more frequently. It's as if fate is sending him omens. Trying to ease the dull ache of fatigue, Zane massages his temples. He turns off his phone, tosses it onto the seat, and grips the steering wheel. The windshield wipers sweep away the snow, but the snowfall grows heavier by the minute. He can barely see less than 50 meters ahead. While Zane finally makes out the 2 white shapes as a mother and child stumbling along, his car is already dangerously close to them. He jerks the wheel violently to one side. The taillights cut arcs through the snow and the car crashes through the wave-shaped guardrail. It comes to an abrupt stop in a strip of green vegetation. Terrified, the mother and child fall. The kid in her arms is covered in crystals and resembles a twisted glass sculpture. In the darkness pierced by headlights, Zane sees something approaching the pair with slow, deliberate steps. Its breath is warm, its presence screaming danger.
Stay back!
It wears human clothes, but there's nothing human about this creature. Crystals have consumed most of its massive body that's hunched over. Strange growths are still pushing through whatever is left of its skin. Its face is twisted into a grotesque expression. Its pupils gleam an eerie dark blue. Each step it takes makes the ground tremble.
Away!
With trembling hands, the woman covers her child's eyes.
Don't be scared. It's okay. Don't be scared.
Inside the car, Zane's nerves suddenly tense as the ringing in his ears, which has subsided, violently returns. Sharp spikes grow from the ice, materializing in his hand. Zane raises his arm and aims the icy thorns at the monster. The colors of the night silently encroach into this power. It's like death itself is waking up from a dream. As the monster raises his hand towards the mother and child, a cold gleam suddenly cuts through the air and pierces its chest. Fragmented ice blooms from the monster's chest and almost covers his entire body. The woman looks up in shock to see a figure step out of the car. Moonlight illuminates his cold, almost mechanical gaze. As the monster lunges forward, a thin blade of ice instantly materializes in his palm. Sleek like the wind of an emanating deadly frost, it flies towards the monster's body in the blink of an eye.
Mommy! It's okay. Someone's here to help us. Just hold on a little longer. Stay awake. Promise me.
Amidst the shattering of ice crystals, everything seems to freeze in time. The monster falls to the ground and snow flies everywhere, obscuring all visibility. A white mist appears. A violent gush of wind howls and sends ice crystals towards the motionless woman. Still dazed from the recent brush with death, she stares ahead. From the blizzard, footsteps approach. Each step echoes and is like a ticking of a countdown.
Please, save my son.
Oh no, he has protocol syndrome too. The tall man blocks the car's headlights and casts a shadow over the mother and child before him. The woman shrinks back in fear and the chocolate slips from the child's trembling hands. It falls onto the snow.
Saving him would be pointless.
How dare you!
Ignoring her anger, Zane bends down to pick up the chocolate and holds it out to her. Ice crystals fall from his fingertips. Landing on the chocolate's wrapper, they melt to wash away the blossoming bloodstains.
He's beyond saving.
No! He hasn't turned into a monster. He's still...
Heart-wrenching sobs slice through the darkness as clouds once again obscure the moon. Zane's silhouette quickly dissolves into the snowy night. Oh dear. It must be hard being faced with a decision like that. Okay, we have some battles to go through, but we're going to use Zane's cards if we can. I don't think I have his green cards though, do I? No, I have his blue cards. But I should have a green one somewhere. Okay, good enough. Let's go. Alright, it's battle time, chat.
Are you prepared? Don't underestimate it. Proceed with caution. It is falling apart. It's over. It can't even be considered a threat. It's your turn.
No problem.
The wrestling ring KO sound is so funny.
Threats are only temporary.
Melting like snowflakes.
I don't know how many battles there are in this chapter, but I guess we'll have to find out. It's our second one, right? Yeah. Is this the boss one? We need one more pink. Let's see. Okay, let's go. Although we don't really need it. It's level 30. Our cards are like level 70 and above. Level 60 and above. But still, I like getting the monster to weaken state more easily.
Needs to be purified.
Oh, not the boss battle yet?
It's your turn.
No problem.
Victory is within reach. It is falling apart.
You're tearing me apart,
Let's
Lisa.
see what it's up to. Keep your distance from it.
Not even a challenge.
It's your turn.
No problem.
It is weak.
Got it.
Now's our chance.
Last wave, let's go.
I'm impressed by your skills.
Me too.
Easy.
Not even a challenge.
Is there any more battles? I think there should be one boss battle. Probably. Alright, there it is. That should be the one. If you see wave 1, monster 1, that's usually a boss battle. Let's see if we can get through it.
Perhaps this is a trial.
Ikuzo! Ah, there we go. The bosses have a little animation. Okay, let's go.
This
oh,
is
it has an
dangerous.
impenetrable
Look
shield.
after
That is so
yourself. It's your
annoying.
turn.
No problem.
Make sure to dodge the attacks. It can't even be considered a threat. Victory is within reach. It's your turn.
No problem.
There we
Threats are
go.
only temporary.
Melting like snowflakes.
We're too good at this. Atsu. Well done. Alright. And that marks the end of... We have gone through Chapter 1 of Death and Rebirth, Absurdity Unfolds, and then all from Deepspace. And we're going to be playing Chapter 3 and 4 another day because it's gotten very late. How are you? I'm good. Okay, so I wanted to also... What was this? Ah, this is the new clothes. Okay, I wanted to show you guys the story as well. So this is the short stories that we're still unlocking. You know what? No, I'll show it to you guys next stream when all of the chapters have been unlocked. Then we can read through it all together. That makes more sense. Okay, thank you so much for coming. It's been a good 3 hours and 20 minutes of Love and Deep Space, and I have been reading non-stop. I really need to rest my voice now. But thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys had a good time because the story is just so amazing. I like this game so much. Please support me on all of my socials and my YouTube, where I post all my shorts and things too. Recently on TikTok and YouTube, they've been axing it. I don't know why. But it's okay. It's okay, it's alright. We will find a way for it to not like freak us out in the future. Okay. Let's go. Hi. Where should we go today, guys? Let me see. Na 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 na. Do 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 da da da. The more I do this, the more I wish I could do this full time, you know? Whose song is this? This one is one of the menu songs. It's cute, right? It's a very cute song. I like it a lot. But where should we go? It's like a comfy song for going to sleep too. Okay, where should we go today? Oh man, I don't know where to go, guys. I am like lost. Any suggestions? Anywhere you want to go? I haven't raided Rio-san. Is Rai online now? Oh yeah, I missed Poppy's message just now. Hold on, let me scroll up. It was quite a long message too. The story seems straight so far. I like it. Not my cup of tea for the fan service part. Fine, but I'm glad the women are enjoying it. Unlocking it every now and again while doing some projects. I hope that you managed to get some good progress on it. I was just playing Ring Fit. That's so funny! Oh my god. Ring Fit at this hour? That's crazy. Okay, you know what? I'm going to hold a quick poll, guys. Where shall we go? Okay, I have a few people streaming. Caleb just sent me a reminder that I should sleep soon.
I can hear you breathing.
Okay, yes, I know. I am breathing.
I can hear it right next to my ear, even though it's faint.
Okay, babe, just wait a while. Okay, I need to raid out first. I'm still streaming. That's Xavier, by the way. He's our homepage boy for today. Ito. Art. And let's go with...
Tired? You should go to sleep soon.
I know, babe. Just wait. Wait for me. Okay. Pull up. Grab my biscuit first. Grab your biscuit. We're going off already. Please vote where we should go, and I will send you guys to where. Do I remember who I was clicking on for this?
Tired? You should go to sleep soon.
Smatete! I am going to sleep soon, Xavier. He keeps telling me to go to bed. I know, okay, babe. I will soon. Mwah. He's my favorite. Okay. Any votes? Any votes where we should go?
I can hear you breathing.
I know.
I can hear it right next to my ear, even though it's faint.
Someone else vote, please. It's okay. If no vote, poll ended. It's okay. All right. I will go to. I guess we could go to Rai. Oh wait, her stream is jam for me. Is it just me? Okay, it's just me.
I wonder if I'll be able to see the stars tonight.
So funny! Okay. Alright, I'm going to raid Rai, but I'm also going to give a shout out to the others that I put in the poll, namely Burn Bay, Spunky Cat. She's streaming Split Fiction. Spunky is doing... Oh, sorry, not Spunky, Spooky Cat. She's doing art, as well as Rio, who is on Just Chatting, but I think she's playing an MMO. I'm not too sure what game is this. I'm not too sure. It looks like an MMO, but I don't recognize. Alright, good night for myself and Xavier. Rising. Yeah. I think Bob plays with them sometime. Yeah. Alright guys, I'll see you. I'm so tired. Good night, and I'll see you on Saturday. I'll let you know if when I'm going to stream the next 2 chapters, because it took way longer than I thought. This main story update. Okay, shh, Xavier.
I can hear.
This main story has taken me 3 hours just to finish the 2 main chapters. But because I'm reading out loud, usually if it's just me, I'll be very fast with it. But that just means more content for next time. I'll see you then. Bye bye. じゃあね、またね. Good night. おやすみ.